The owner of No Jumper has low vibration vibes, dog. What do you mean by that?
Last year I watched Hey Arnold, the whole thing, like I think like once or twice, bro, just because I'm like, was deep. The value of the 90s era, we're the first generation that got tested out with like some life-changing. We don't know what the repercussions of the internet's gonna be because we're the first generation that got exposed to it.
Fool, but you don't like Rick Rubin, dog.
All right, dog.
And Rick Rubin is like a craze by everyone in the music industry, right?
But for what, fool? These fools are on the car and the truck takes off and it disappears. The internship that none of these kids would do these days to letting you know that it doesn't happen without viewers like you. They're swap meets. And sometimes I'll run into fools out there like, Ezone. I'm just like, yeah, fool. Like, you know, like at the swap meet, bro, security guard. I had a lot of doors closed in my face, bro, because I didn't have my together.
What's poppin'? It's your boy Moses, aka Nomo, chilling right here inside the Lit Outlet podcast. Got a very special guest in the building. I got Mr.
What's up, everybody? It's Ezone. Some of you guys know me from Be Real TV. Some of you guys know me from High Hungry. We Don't Smoke the Same podcast. Some of you guys might have been at a comedy show, or you guys wear my gear. Overall, just an entrepreneur.
That's right. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Southgate. First and last time you're ever going to be here, because the only time fools pull up to Southgate is to be on the Lit Outlet podcast. But you're from South Central.
Yeah.
So have you been here before to Southgate?
I have been here, fool. I used to have an uncle that used to have like these condos around by this old. Do you remember where they used to have a Peter Piper pizza around here?
Damn, in Southgate?
Yeah, or it was like a Chuck E. Cheese, but yeah, there was one of those things. It might not be there no more, but it was a while ago. And I remember that we would go to his house, let us use his pool in his apartments or the condos he had. And then I remember one time we went to a party right there.
Okay.
And isn't there a lot of Cubans out here?
What's poppin'? It's your boy Moses. We're taking a second from this episode to bring you a word from our sponsor. This episode is sponsored by us, The Lit Outlet. The best way to support the channel is to like, comment, subscribe on every episode. Don't forget the reels on Instagram. Don't forget the shorts on YouTube. Make sure you guys like and comment on everything you see from The Lit Outlet. Also, another big major way you can support the channel is to join our Patreon. The link is down below in the description. You keep the channel alive by pledging $1 every month. You can also do $3, $5, $10, $20. But all I'm asking, if you're a Liddy and you're enjoying the content, to at least join our Patreon for $1 a month. Another way you can support the channel is to buy some merch. We got hoodies for $40 and we got t-shirts with this logo for $25. If you want to support the channel, those are the best ways. But also, if you want to just keep enjoying the content for free, you can do that too. I don't mind. So I want to say thank you to all of our Liddies who are watching, liking, subscribing to all of our content here. Now let's get back to the show. Cubans, I mean, there's a lot of Latinos in general.
Yeah, but like Southgate and like down here are like the places where you find like Cuban panaderias, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You don't walk near the train tracks at Southgate or Downey. You're gonna find dead animals.
You found dead animals before?
No, I practice Santeria. You know what I mean? Like, and my madrina, she stays in one of those cities. You know what I mean? So, and like I know for a fact that like when people they got really bad juju, sometimes you gotta dispose of certain shit, you know, like a dead chicken or something.
How does that work? Fool? Talk to me about that. How you practice that? How you got into it?
That's a crazy story, bro. Like, I was always into like mysterious shit, bro. I was always reading like, you know, like alien books and stuff like that in the library. You know, while other fools were reading about history and shit. I was like, yo, you got anything on like magic and shit, or like, you know, like, they were like Harry Potter, and I'm like, nah, like I'm talking about like, you know, like Blair Witchcraft. Let me see what's up with that. And I would just be curious, fool, but I didn't think much of it. I wasn't like, oh, let me just see what's up. I was just like curious, like, damn, bro, the mystique, you know.
But you would find books at the library?
Yeah, at the library. It wasn't that much, but I got intrigued, bro, but by like aliens and all this stuff, bro. I didn't know nothing. You know, this was like when I was very young, bro. All my life, I should go liking all this kind of stuff. I grew up Catholic, bro. I used to be one of these fools that, you help carry the wine out. The monaguillos.
Like a choir, not like choir boy, altar boy.
Yeah, like when I did that shit for like a few months. You know, I remember my mom signed me up and I was just like, hey man, I'm not doing this no more. Not because nothing happened, all right? Like, not because something happened, but I was just like, man, fuck this dress, fuck this bullshit, bro. Like, I was like, I stole a pack of the wafer cookies.
Damn.
Yeah, I stole a pack of the Body of Christ.
Were they good?
I fucked around and like put peanut butter and shit, or like, you know, like I was treated it like chips, bro. This is a typical fat kid. I was like,
oh, you're a big boy.
It was a pack, fool. It was like Ritz.
Hey, fool, how come they make everyone drink from the same cup?
I know, fool. I was
Isn't that nasty?
giving everybody herpes.
Yeah,
and shit. Yeah. And they just wipe it down. I was like, bitch, you did like. I know people they sanitize the free bong hits at the festival better than that.
Like a little plastic cup. Everyone gets their own cup. You know, like come on, dog.
Yeah, or a little shot glass, you know.
Fuck.
But yeah, but back to the question you asked. Yeah, fool. So I didn't really get too crazy involved with it until I met Be Real, bro. And like it was like after working there, like maybe a year and a half, I had this crazy accident when I was hustling really hard. I wanted this Lexus truck, fool. Like I wanted like a mini SUV, and I was just like, I didn't really have that much money. I was my second year into this job. I was hustling on the side. I was doing meet and greets, I was hosting. I wasn't even popping to do fucking meet and greets. I was hosting events, and I went to go do an event with Be Legit. He was a special guest, and it was like a little weed sesh, and Gilroy.
Damn.
Yeah, Gilroy, bro.
Arizona? Where is that?
No, Gilroy, a garlic city in up north.
Okay.
Yeah, it just smells like garlic out there. All they do is produce garlic, fool.
Damn.
So my whole plan, I was like, I'm gonna go get this money, sell out there, and this is the last what I need to give like a good 20% of the down payment for this truck that I wanted, and all this stuff, fool. So I go make my money, and I was so excited about it, fool. I ended up. They wanted me to stay. They're like, fools, you've been working all day. You've been getting high. How you gonna drive from Gilroy back to LA? Solo putazo, like, and I was like, no, whatever, I got it. And I had rolled with Aton from B-Roll TV, the homie. Mm-hmm. He stayed with some bitch, and I was counting on him to help me drive. So I was like, whatever, I don't need you. So I leave, bro. And then I'm driving all at night and all this stuff, fool. Like, I would never advise anybody to do this kind of stuff, bro. I wasn't feeling tired, but I started getting tired, fool. You know what I mean? Like, I stopped by Denny's. I fell asleep, got some coffee, and I got back on the road. And I felt good, fool. And there was like, I was coming down to where Palmdale's at, where like there's no mountains. Mm-hmm. Like it's just pure, like, so if there's winds there, like it'll rock the shit out of your car. And I had a rental Nissan Versa, fool.
Damn.
So this shit, it was a high ass wind and I lost control.
It was a small ass car.
So I kind of felt the shit go, skittish. And it turned. Like, it like rolled, bro, and it hit, and there was a divider pole, and the middle of the car hit the pole, and it flipped over, dog. And I remember, like, I had the seatbelt on, and I remember everything just turned slow motion, and I just remember seeing the top of the car go in, and I was like, oh, shit, as I was, like, flipping down. So the car did three rolls, right? Boom, boom, boom. And I'm left hanging like the Jurassic Park fucking girl, and the car is going down. And all that stuff, there's glass. I can't really see because I didn't know it at the time, but like, I guess like a bunch of blood vessels had bursted on this eye, so I couldn't see because my eye was covered in blood, so it was all blurry. And I could see off of this eye, and my equilibrium was messed up, fool. And this is where it gets trippy. Like, this is all gonna make sense to the question you asked me. I see three Mexican fools, like literally they look like people steals, fool. Like those vestidos, those chingones and shit, like not cartel status, but like. Just like food, like just some deals, bro. Like I was like, what the fuck, bro? And then they were just like, and these fools fucking pull me out of the fucking car, fool. And I'm seeing my feet just be dragged in the fucking desert. It's dark, fool. It's like 3 a.m. or 2:50 or something like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? And like they're pulling me, and I'm just looking back, and like they're dragging me, and I see my feet just in the dirt, like just going like and then they throw me to the side of the road, and then they're talking to me. They're like, "Estás bien?" And they're in like a black Nissan Armada, fool. And there's like more fools in the car. I remember seeing like 3 other fools in the car, right? And these fools start talking to me, and they're like, "Estás bien?" And I was just like, "Yeah, I think so." And they're like, I was like, "Dame mi teléfono, tenemos que llamar a la ambulancia, policía, no me siento bien." They were just like, "El teléfono está allá." And I was just like, "Le puedes llamar, or algo?" And then the dude looks at the driver, and the driver gives him like this, "Okay, pues llámale." And the guy busts out his phone. And I'm kind of scared because I'm like, there's like a lot of them. I was like, what if these fools kill me or something like that? Or like, what if they were waiting on I thought it was some crime shit, fool. Like, what if they were like waiting on a drug mule or something like that? Thinking I was like, and then they think it's me. Now that I know who these fools are, and they're going to kill me. So like, I fucking like, these fools call, and I see like the light on my phone in the car that's a little bit down the hill where the sand's at. So I just see the light, and I just start fucking running to the phone. I was like, gracias. And I just like start running. And then as I turn around, like when I get to my phone, the truck moves, like these fools are on the car, and the truck takes off, and it disappears. Like it vanishes is like in the fog. Like I'm talking about vanishes like dissolves. Food just like a ghost type of dissolves. Fog clears up. UPS truck is pulled over on the side. Two CHPs are right there. Like with the flashlights. Like if I was in a whole nother trance or dimension, fool. And as weird as I know it's crazy, it sounds to people, but this is some real serious shit, right? So I was like, I was confused, and then they fucking start testing me for alcohol, right? Because they're like, and I start telling them, I was like, yo, they were like, how, are you okay? And this is and that. They're like, sit down. And they're like, how are you up? And this, I was like, the guys saved me. They're like, what guys? Fool, like, they were like, what guys? Fool, and all this stuff, right? And like, they had to start testing me for alcohol to see what's a kid. They're like, no. So they're like, you should go to the hospital. I was like, no, it's going to be expensive. Like, I don't have insurance. Like, so I denied the ride to the hospital. For some reason, fool, I took a picture of the car that was crashed, right? I took a picture of the car. I didn't think much. I don't know what made me take that picture, fool. I get the AAA truck only drops me to the station that's nearby at Palmdale. So they couldn't drop me anywhere near by my house. I had to catch an Uber or a Lyft from there to my house.
Damn.
And I told the guy, I was like, I'll give you $50. You got to make sure I stay awake because I was like, I could have a concussion. This guy kept me up. He was talking to me, drops me off home before I go to the hospital and all this shit for I don't have a concussion. I show up to work, fool. Like, I take off my glasses, B-Real's like, what the fuck? Like, everybody's like, what the fuck? And, like, after a few days go by, like, the blood gets darker in my eye and shit. And then he's like, hey, I'm gonna talk to you about something, but I'm only talking to you about it because I know you're not chicken shit about this kind of thing, And it's gonna be something helpful. And I was like, what's up? He's like, you got like a bad energy around you right now, like, and I feel like that's like, he's like, this whole thing is like, did you find anything weird about your accident? And I was just like, you know what? I have been looking at this picture, right, that I took, and in the picture in the back seat, you see kind of like this fucking like fucked up face, bro, like in the window, like, which is no reason. I have posted that picture up before, but I'm gonna post it again just for a throwback. I have to find it in my other phones, and I'll send it to you so you can post it in the clips. And B sees that picture and he was like, yeah, like he's like, I'm gonna take you to my godfather, and I'm gonna, he's like he's a shaman or he's a babalao and Ifa, which is one of the sectors of Afro-Cuban Santeria. And dude gave me a reading, and I was chicken shit about it. I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? This is not the kind of magic I wanted to get involved in,
Mm-hmm.
And he gives me the reading. Everything's accurate, bro. Like, so on point. So I'm like, what the fuck? I never met this old man in my life. Homie told me that I had been hexed by like an ex of mine's mom that didn't want me to be with her. And before this thing happened, I was with this one bitch that I was like crazy over, food. Like I was like I probably would have like married this chick if anything, fool. And her mom like didn't like her that she was with me because like she had been with this one fool for like a long time. So her mom was like, no, tiene que estar con él. So like this bitch took a picture that like her daughter had of me and her, and like fucking took it to somebody else to fuck me up. And the thing that he was tripping about, because I didn't speak to nobody about none of this shit, right? And then he was like, you still don't believe me? And he was like, why don't you tell me about these like stomach pains that you don't talk to nobody about, that you have no explanation for? And when he told me that shit to me, because I was experiencing these weird ass stomach pains, fool, that I went to the doctor for and all this shit. And I was like, what the fuck? This is weird. And then when he told me that, fool, like I didn't even know what to say, fool. Like all my hairs fucking stood up, and I was like, how the fuck does this fool know this shit? So I knew that was some real shit. I did what I had to do, get the limpia, you know what I mean, and all this shit. And I'm not gonna lie, shit changed after that. Like the stomach pains never came back. I never contacted that bitch again. You know what I mean? I wasn't even at the time, but I was like, I lost all interest in trying to regain that. And I really became a believer out of it. And I kept going. And even though that person is not my godfather at the moment, like, I'm not at that house anymore. I have like the utmost respect to Babalao Jorge, like for everything that he's done. Like I currently, have a madrina, and she's, in a different, same thing but different house, and it has changed my life, bro. I'm not sitting here telling you, hey, it's gonna give you tomorrow's lottery numbers, but if you really want to be woke in this world and the other world, you can get a little bit for yourself on your path to make sure that your path is easier and smooth riding for you. Bad shit's still gonna happen, cause shit's written, bro. Lo que te va a pasar, te va a pasar. But would you rather things go to shit, or would you rather know how to handle it? But yeah, that's kind of how I got involved through B-Real.
Damn, that's a fucking great way to start the podcast. How does that work? Like, as far as having a house, like you said, like a padrino, a madrina, like, is it kind of like going to a specific church and you have a pastor or something? How does that work?
Kind of like these houses are just like every babalao or every shaman, every person that's in the shaman position has a bunch of ahijados. So you have an ahijado by crowning somebody in or like giving them their orula or their cadenas, which is like what I'm wearing right now, like, you know what I mean, which is like a form of protection, and everybody else is different. It's based on your sign and what deity is corresponds to you. So every process is different, and that's what you figure out with your guide. You know what I mean? So once you receive your mano de rula, you're in that house. That's your madrina. She's teaching you, or your padrino. She or he is teaching you how to take care of these santos that you're getting, how to feed them, how to feed these energies for it to work for you. You know.
How do you feel about, whenever you bring that up, do people tell you like, oh, that's devil worshiping? Or
There's a lot of people that have that.
and is it devil worshiping? Because I don't know shit about it.
To be honest, I was very skeptical about it in the beginning, bro, and I was very scared. So for a while, I was like, what am I doing is wrong, this and that. But after time, bro, and I started seeing like, hey, bro, like, if really what I'm doing is wrong, like, who am I hurting? You know what I mean? Like, this is for my well-being, and if you have some really bad energy, and I'm like, hey, it's either you or the chicken, homie. You want to keep feeling fucked up, but síguele, cabrón, you know. But I don't look at it that way, bro, because before they changed the Old Testament and made it the New Testament, it was written that we used to give sacrifices to the Almighty, you know. And even in other religions, bro, that's always been a part of it. And it's not until like society started getting a little bit more on the sensitive side, and I'm not talking about recently, but they're just like, that seems barbaric and all that stuff. But it's like, nah, you just want to give everybody a religion that is easy to follow, so people are easy to control. I don't know, I feel like because life is not an easy thing to endure, you also need the book that you go to for guidance to show you the ups and the downs, you know.
Damn, dog. That's a fucking trip, fool. Do you like encourage people that are around you, like maybe your girl or your family, to get in that stuff, or is it like everybody on their own type shit?
It's everybody on their own, bro, to be honest. I never like approach anybody with some Jehovah's Witness type of deal, or, hey, bro, like, you should really try this. There's been some times where there's some people that I'm just like, estás bien jodido, bro. Like, and I know that shit's fucked up with them, but I'm just like, if it's not in my space to do that, I'm not gonna overstep my boundaries and do it. Like, I've never told Xavier, hey, you should get yourself a limpia, even though I know he could probably benefit from it. I'm not saying there's something wrong with him, but I'm saying it could probably help him get a different type of insight in life and a different kind of clarity he's probably never experienced. You know what I mean? And there's also times where like I've encouraged or suggested it to family members that are in fucked up positions, and I'm just like, all right, you about to give up? Let me holler at you before you give up. But I'm very selective if I feel like doing that. Like, if I'm ever gonna do that to somebody, I really gotta have love for that person, you know. But yeah,
How do you know someone's fucked up?
you become sensitive to energies, fool. Like, I'm not saying like you're like, oh damn, this fool está todo jodido, but like, have a conversation with somebody, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can kind of see in motherfuckers' eyes, bro. You can kind of see in like the aura they got. Like, you talk to somebody and you're like, you could be talking to them about like a happy ass fucking thing, bro. It'd be like, but you know what? I don't like the fucking color of that happy ass thing. You know what I mean? Like, this and that, or like the way it's fucking shaped. And I'm just like, hey, bro, like, how can you fucking hate on on like a beautiful rose or something. You know what I mean? Or like something that's majestic. Like try it. Like you'll notice that shit in some people, bro. Like some people that are out there. That you might be like it's amargado or something like that, but like bro, that's the energy that they carry, bro. And like the more they feed that, the bigger that energy gets. And that's why it's like so, there's some people like the terms where it's like hey, amargado. It's like that's somebody that just never had anybody step into the way and be like, hey, bro, that's not right. That you just always a negative Nancy about shit. You came out amargado type of shit, you know.
Damn, it's a trip, dog.
Or like people that are constantly having bad shit happen to them, fool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they still don't want to admit shit. Like you're like, hey, fool. Like when is this? Are you gonna put the connection? Be like, se me murió mi tía. Después mataron a mi amigo. You know what I mean? Or like, and then fucking my tía has this. Or like, I'm not saying these could all things be very coincidental, but you know what I'm saying? I would give it a second thought if that really spoke out to me. Or like, hey, bro, like every partner you get with fucks you up. You know what I mean? Or something like that. You're gonna be like, hey, like, go get a limpia. You know what I'm saying? Like, if what you're trying right now is not a solution right now, try something else, you know?
Yeah.
But it's not really for everybody to be like, hey, let me see if this works. It's kind of like one of those things where like the opportunity is gonna find you and it's gonna call to you in a weird way. Like I didn't think if I would have gotten in an accident, I would have never like knocked on that door.
Right. You did mention B Real. You're a host on the. We don't. No, his is B Real TV. What's his Dr. Green Thumb, right?
Yeah, the Dr. Green Thumb podcast.
So tell me, how'd you get connected with them?
I said life has a weird way of like planning out the way things work out for you, bro. I was in a point in my life where I had been out of college for a year and a half and I didn't know what to do, so I was selling weed, delivering weed at the time, and working Lyft. So when you used to have a little pink mustache in front of the car, bro, like a little pillow mustache.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing all that, bro, and I was trying to get a real good job, like an entry-level job where I could be like, okay, I got a degree in communications. As long as I get a job, it's guaranteed $100,000 a year. I worked there a year, you know what I mean? Let's see what's up. So I had applied at Enterprise, full Enterprise. I qualified. I was already on my way to the third interview. And I also had applied for a bunch of internships and stuff that I wanted, like, you know, working in the weed world, like Be Real TV or something like that. Both those places called me back that same week. Excuse me. I ended up saying yes to both of them. And then Enterprise had another interview that I had to go with. And then I had the last interview with Be Real TV for an internship, non-paid internship. One of them paid $100,000 a year and the other one paid $0. And before I made my decision, it was like Sunday or something like that. And I was working Lyft to try to make some extra money so I didn't have to work that Monday I had the interview. And I ended up picking up this black fool, dog. I didn't know him at the time, but, you know, you guys are going to know who it is. And I picked him up on Wilshire, and this fool, he was dressed fresh, and I didn't think much of it. I had just come from, like, Lamert Park area, and this was taking me back. And I'm just like, damn, man. But then I start talking, right? I take this fool to go buy some belts. He's making his rounds, bro. I stopped, like, 4 places. He's like, look, man. He's like, are you going to do some errands and drop me back off? And I was just like, no problem. So I wait, and then, you know, he gets to know me and all this stuff. When at the end of the ride, towards the end of the ride, I realized that, you know, he's like, yo, my name's Razkaz. You know what I mean? And you know, and he knew that I wasn't like really. It's not that I'm not big into hip hop, bro, but I had heard the songs, but I didn't know the name to the face. Mm. And then he, you know, and then I Googled it on my phone real quick, you know, like, and I was like, oh shit, these songs, right? And he starts telling me, he's like, so what you want to do with your life? And I was like, I got two places I gotta work with, you know, right now. And I was like, I really want to work here, but it pays nothing, and I really want to work here because it's financial security. And he was like, oh, Be Real TV, like Cypress Hill, those my peoples. He fucking calls the person that gave me the interview, right, on the spot before I drop him off, and he vouches for me, dog. Like, this fool calls him and he tells him, he's like, hey, like, yo, this kid is smart. He just got a college degree. He got a good head on his shoulders. He was like, I'll vouch for him. Like, I tell Be Real, he was like to hire him. He was like, this is my little bro, this and that. Give me a cosign, just knowing me off of that day, fool, for that hour or those 2 hours. I thanked him, fool, and I showed up the next day, and I ended up getting the job.
The internship?
The internship,
okay.
Yeah, the internship. And I didn't take that job at Enterprise. I regretted it every day for 2 years.
Yeah, why?
Financial security mostly.
Yeah, you're like still kind of hustling.
Because I can't pay my bills with good times, you know?
Mm.
Like, but you gotta pay your dues, you know? Pay your dues in life. Otherwise, you know, how do you know you want it that bad? And yeah, that's shout out to Raskaz. Shout out to Raskaz for taking that chance on me, and I'm still there, and I've done so much with my career, and it all started from just a simple conversation with, at that moment, a stranger who is one of my friends at the moment.
You still keep in contact with him?
Yeah, it's been a while since I spoke to him, but you know, every now and then he'll be like, "Yo, what's good?" You know, and like, you know, he had that raspy voice. But like, yeah, I'm gonna have him on the We Don't Smoke the Same podcast very soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your first introduction to podcasting or getting maybe talking instead of maybe doing music is like the Be Real show.
Yeah, but I had been working there for a year and a half already. Like I didn't start out as a host. I started out as a writer, getting food stuff, cleaning up, you know, regular internship shit that none of these motherfucking kids would do these days. They'll literally quit in a fucking week, bro. And I wasn't even doing that much. I was like, oh, this is cool, bro. I was like, it ain't that bad. If you grew up in a Latino household, and you know what Saturdays are for, it's no big difference, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Take out the trash.
yeah, take out the trash, fucking limpiar, do something, bro.
Yeah.
So I had been working there for a year and a half, and I was working with this fool. After the writing thing was too much, I was like, man, I'm not finna be writing articles every fucking day, bro.
You were like blogging on
yeah, but like just writing articles about
before Chat GPT.
Yeah, fool, before Chat GPT. And they ended up throwing me to the fool who did the boards, and that fool was Shiki, Omar. And
shout out to Omar.
Yeah, shout out to you, Shiki. I miss you, dog. Fucking come back on the show one day. So I ended up working with Shiki. They took me up there for that fool to show me how to run the boards. Like, he tried to show me how to run the camera shit at first. And I was like, hell no, this shit seems hard. Like, you know, I didn't want to run the OBS shit because I was like, hell no, if I become good at this and they're going to fucking want me to do this shit and this fool doesn't look happy. You know, I was like, fuck this. So I learned how to do a soundboard. So I was doing the soundboards for a while. And then after a while, and I didn't talk to Be Real a lot, fool. Like, this fool was like, kind of like, not like, hey, I'm too cool, but like, it's kind of like, hey, bro, I fuck with my people. He's like, I don't know who you are yet. I haven't felt you out or none of this shit. It's been like a few months, like 6-7 months. And then, you know, he slowly started talking to me. And then we were cool at that point after a year and a half. And then he's like, hey, I'm going to go on tour. He's like, why don't you tell me you had a communications degree? I was like, you just barely looked at my resume. I didn't tell him that because I didn't get along with him like that. You know, it was still kind of like, to be super respectful. I still am, but you know what I'm saying? Like, can't be joking around. But like, you know, in my head, I was like, fool, I gave you the resume. It's been on your desk for like fucking a year, bro. Like, and then I was like, oh yeah, I do have a communications degree. He's like, well, why don't you try going up there and just, you know, and cover for while I'm gone. So I went up there, and he was watching the show while he was away, and he was like, oh shit, like this motherfucker gets the hang of this. And I was able to navigate it, and then sure enough, I've been on there for 8 or 9 years on the actual show, and then I've been there for 10 plus years.
Damn, dog.
Yeah.
Do you ever see do you see yourself staying there for a long time?
I do, but at the same time, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like, I want my own projects to flourish. You know what I mean? I want my podcast and High and Hungry to eventually go to like a bigger network. And when that opportunity happens, you know, or if that opportunity happens, when it does, you know, it's, you know, you're going to take those growing steps. It's like leaving your parents' house type deal, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, or just like leaving your hometown. But, you know, if and when that does happen, you know, I guess I'll think about that then. But I know the company, I know the company has been growing for a while, bro, and it's going to continue to grow, and you know, I'll be growing with it for as long as I can.
Yeah. When did you decide to start your own podcast? What's poppin'? It's your boy Moses. We're taking a second from this episode to bring you a word from our sponsor. This episode is sponsored by us, The Lit Outlet. The best way to support the channel is to like, comment, subscribe on every episode. Don't forget the reels on Instagram. Don't forget the shorts on YouTube. Make sure you guys like and comment on everything you see from The Lit Outlet. Also, another big major way you can support the channel is to join our Patreon. The link is down below in the description. You keep the channel alive by pledging $1 every month. You can also do $3, $5, $10, $20. But all I'm asking, if you're a Liddy and you're enjoying the content, to at least join our Patreon for $1 a month. Another way you can support the channel is to buy some merch. We got hoodies for 40 and we got t-shirts with this logo for 25 bucks. If you want to support the channel, those are the best ways. But also, if you want to just keep enjoying the content for free, you can do that too. I don't mind. So I want to say thank you to all of our Liddies who are watching, liking, subscribing to all of our content here. Now let's get back to the show.
We Don't Smoke the Same's been on for like 6 years. Yeah, for like about 6 years. I originally started it with Shiki, with Omar, yeah, like, and he didn't really like. It's not like what Xavier does, like, which is not a lot, but Shiki was very quiet, so he didn't really speak much on the podcast. But he would be doing his thing, so it was kind of like the opposites type of podcast. But it was cool because it helped me get my feet wet for what I wanted to do, and I was like, all right, fool, if you could carry this for the most part and organize it and all this stuff and just have fun while you're doing it, then you're just getting better at this. And I want to say during those 3 years that I did that consistently with like Shiki, I got my feet wet a lot, bro. Like I got over my nervousness and I got good at it. And now that I have a more stable and secure team, it runs itself sometimes. Yeah, sometimes I get pissed and yell at Xavier, but or something's not right, but it's nothing that can't be fixed.
You did mention Xavier, right? X to the G,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right? That's what they call him?
Yeah.
X,
To the FAG. No. He hates that.
You know, he's also part of the George Perez stories, right?
He has 8 podcasts that he's currently involved in, or like, I don't know, it's 8 or 6.
Does that annoy you because he's not always available?
It does annoy me to an extent because I see him put so much effort into everybody else's podcast except mine, or like except ours. You know
what specifically does he do?
Like he'll be like, oh, I can make 1,000 mistakes on We Don't Smoke the Same. He can't make no more than 1 mistake on GPS because he knows what happens there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He knows George is gonna let him have it. You know, but you know, certain things like that. But at the same time, I do understand that. I don't know, man. Like, I do understand that we're totally different, and some people's work ethic is completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was funny though, huh?
Yeah, he's funny. He's the homie. You know what I mean? But there's some times where I'm just like, man, fool, like, why can't you see it this way, dog? Like, this is a business. Like, it's not just kicking it, bro. Like, and these moves need to be done, you know? But hey, I'm the U.S. citizen, you know?
Hey, on your podcast, I've noticed you have like multiple guests at the same time, no?
Yeah.
Has it always been like that?
Nah, like, what do you mean? Like the birthday episode or like?
Well, I think the last one you had some fool that makes burgers and then like a rapper. I don't know.
Oh yeah. We had that's gonna be like on Thursday too, or like this upcoming week. Sometimes if they know each other, yeah, like or you know, like if the vibe is there, then yeah, I'll put them all on the table, and it's kind of like I like doing that mixture, bro, because it just goes everywhere. And if the burger talk doesn't get you, then the music talk is gonna get you, and if not, the stupid XG's toxicity is gonna get you or something, bro. So it's kind of I like that feel, and I like that kind of atmosphere, kind of like how Drink Champs has it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's kind of like I thrive in a group environment.
How much preparation per episode do you put in?
Me personally, bro, like my Mondays and Tuesdays are all about prep, bro. Like Mondays, I watch all the other podcasts I follow, bro. Like I watch all the other podcasts that I follow, and I'm listening to topics, different things. I'm like, oh, that's a cool thing to talk about, or like this and that. Looking at what's on the news, on Reddit, just all this stuff, like stuff that's trending, you know.
You definitely have a lot of fans, you know, that comment and just watch the podcast in general. How much do you cater your show towards them and their comments and what they ask?
Everything I do is mostly catered for them, bro. Like I do acknowledge that like PBS is the all-time GOAT when it came to letting you know that it doesn't happen without viewers like you. And that's key thing, man. Like you're not shit without your viewers. To anybody out there that's starting a platform, so you need to, no matter if you have 2 or 200 viewers, you need to cater to those people, because those are the people that if you, whenever you decide to make a T-shirt, whenever you decide to make a sticker, whenever you decide to make a little piece of yourselves that they get to take home, and you've convinced them that you're like, hey man, I got your support, I won you over. Those are the people that are gonna be contributing to your vision. And you got to treat them well, bro. Like there's never been a bad experience I've had with any of my supporters, and even if there has been anything like that, it's like it's nothing that wasn't resolved,
Yeah. And then you also have High and Hungry, right?
Yeah, High and Hungry is that's my food blog with Ray. Me and him own the, like that's our baby right there. Ray is my producer / engineer for We Don't Smoke the Same podcast, and he's been my childhood friend since like 7th grade. So we went to high school together, and he's a film major. I'm a communications major. So I like to look at it. I'm like, he's like Spielberg. I'm like Ron Howard, and we just work together and make our visions come to life. And that High and Hungry was one of those projects, bro, that it came about. So we needed content for B Real TV, like my 3rd or 4th year in there, and B Real was like, hey man, like let's have some ideas, let's brainstorm, let's do all this. And he's like, do you have any ideas? And I'm like, man, this is my chance. Like, let's do it. So I told Ray, I was like, why don't we just do, like, because I was watching a lot of Anthony Bourdain at the time. I was like, why don't we make a show like that, but we make it stoner-ish, And he's like, what do we call it? I'm like, High and Hungry or something like that. And I think, and I think that term came about from this rap song I made a while ago. In one of the verses, I said, high and hungry. Let's get it. Like I said, I'm high and hungry, my nigga. Let's get, or something like that. I don't know what I said. But I just remember high and hungry was a part of the hook, and I was like, yo, I like that. So let's apply it to this. And like we ran with it, and B-roll was like, that has a cool ring to it. And the first episode we did, we went to the LA County Fair and we shot the pilot. So that's our anniversary episode. So any LA, like, every time you see an LA County Fair, even though there's not much new food, people at LA County Fair, it's the same fried shit over and over again. Like, I've ate everything there already that you could possibly review, so it's not anything crazy new, but we go for, like, the fact to let you know that, hey, this is another year that we've been running, and that's our anniversary episode, and that's where we shot the pilot, so that's where we celebrate our anniversary episode. We've always tried to meet fans over there, and sometimes we do, but it's kind of hard. I'm just like, fools don't like going to fairs in LA and shit, like, unless it's the weekend. I'm like, and you can't catch me on the weekend, bro. I do not like being in packed places, bro.
Same.
Yeah, like I literally, like, you catch me at Disneyland in the rain.
When there's a hurricane coming.
Yeah, I was there with a North Face jacket, bro. Like, right there taking pictures in the rain. I was like, hell yeah, Mickey ain't never had no line.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a smart move. The only thing about that is, like, sometimes some rides, right, are off because... Are you getting on rides a lot?
I used to, man. Like, I do. Like, there's certain ones that, like, if it's like 20 minutes or under, I'm like, all right, let's go just to get it over with, Let's kill some time or something like that. But, like, I got it all over when my friend was able to get the I'm sick pass.
Oh, the DAS pass.
Yeah,
the disability pass.
Yeah, like, so we got to do that consistently for a while, and then I got it out of my system, so now I just go for, like, the food and, like, the content type of deal.
Okay.
But Disney's a fucking hater, bro. They shadow ban all my content of me in there, even though whether I'm smoking or not, they just don't care. They're just like, nope, you don't have a giant mole on your face.
Oh, you watch them too?
Yeah, I watched them too. I'm like, yo, when's homie gonna hit, bro?
You don't do it together?
No, fool. I got intel, bro. I got intel that these fools were fighting in the park, arguing and stuff.
What?
Yeah, like,
about what?
Just like looking like they were a couple, but I was like, this fool ain't tapped yet, bro. Like, come on.
Are you serious?
That's not her man, fool.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's not her man, fool.
Damn.
Yeah. I'll be damn, bro. I'll be letting my lady talk to me like the way she talks to him. I'm like,
it's fucked up, dog. This changes everything.
Yeah, right? Like, because that's not boyfriend-girlfriend energy that fool projects, fool. I'm like, what kind of off-brand are you trying to promote? Like, you guys are obviously, you're either a Disney couple or not.
Yeah, but I think it's tricky whenever you involve Disney with it because they're very family-oriented, right? So, like,
yeah,
you can't be too this or that.
Definitely, yeah. You can walk in there with all the rainbows you want, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they let you do whatever you want.
Yeah. You feel like it's a little too much?
Sometimes I do, bro. I mean, I'm all, like, bro, I like my younger sibling and my little brother's gay. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know, bro. Like, he don't like, when I go see him and stuff like that, like, he don't try to shove that agenda down your throat. Sometimes I just feel like here's my take on it, bro. Like for certain occasions, bro. Like when I go to certain events and the rainbow flag is bigger than the American flag, I feel like that's a big disrespect because if it wasn't for that flag, there wouldn't be that flag up there.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like fools died so you could wave that colorful flag around. So put some respect and put that other flag first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like that's how I feel about it. So like whenever I see certain stuff like that, I'm like, all right, bro, like there's some things where I'm like, you gotta pump your brakes a little bit. Don't be changing the way that, this country was built on because the reason we have so much fucking freedom is because of that flag.
I saw this video on TikTok with this like older, lesbian lady.
Yeah.
Like a dyke.
Yeah.
And she's all like, if I would have known you fools were gonna take it this far, I never would have fought for equality. Because they were fighting for equality, not like we're better and we deserve more and treat us special. Like they just wanted to be normal. And some of these fools are like, oh, we should be treated special or different.
Some of these fools, like, they feel like they're an exhibit now. They're just like, no, make way for me now. And it's just like, or like some of these fools feel entitled to that energy. You know what I mean? I'm just like, hey, bro, I'm not like, hey, bro, that, not everybody's going to be like so, embracing and be like, and clap every time you want to display your expressions or whatever it is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also did do music, right?
I used to, man. Yeah, I rapped for a while.
Talk to me how you got, you fell in love with me, fell in and out of love with music.
So I started doing music when I was 15, bro. It was Spanish music. I used to work with this reggaeton duo called Melo Davi and J.O.D. And I started out doing their hype man type of thing, like just their ad libs on as a performance. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I got my feet wet with that, and eventually I was like, hey man, I don't want to do ad libs. What kind of music do you think I could do? And they're like, hey man, like, you should try making this love track, hop on the song with J.O.D. with J.O.D. which at the time, and I did this song, and then they're like, okay, cool. They're like, let's make another one, and it came, and we were fucking around with it, and I was trying to do reggaeton and Spanish like stuff in the beginning, but that was just me fucking around with it. I recorded my first couple, first time in the booth when I was 15, 16. First time like doing all these kind of things, going to the studio on Paramount. Is it Santa Monica and Paramount? I think there's that intersection. It could be wrong, but I know it's on Santa Monica. But there's a famous studio right there next to this like survival type of store. It's like army type of store. And I remember going there when I was like 16, recording these songs. I'm just like, damn, man, these fools' dads really believe in the homies because they were doing it big. So they had a fallout. Things didn't really work out. And, life shit happened. One of these fools had a kid, and that was it. So I was like, man, I really want to keep doing music. So at like 17 or 18, I link up with one of my homies that I used to know from high school, and he was making beats, and he was like, yo, let's keep doing it. And I kept at it, and then I started switching towards hip hop and rap, and then I just kept going with that, and I got to Be Real TV. I was still rapping. I was doing shows and stuff like that, trying to get my music out there. I even did a few tracks with Be Real and Shiki, because Shiki used to be my my rap partner, and we used to be known as We Don't Smoke the Same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's where that comes from. That used to be the group too. Yeah, like that's how that used to be Shiki and myself's group. And then that's why the We Don't Smoke the Same podcast came about. But then We Don't Smoke the Same became such a lifestyle for us that I'm just like, that doesn't even have to pertain to that. But it's all around, I guess, just my experience with this whole journey I'm on, because it all interconnects. Me and Shiki did the rap. Our group was called We Don't Smoke the Same. We did the We Don't Smoke the Same podcast, get to know us more. So you give them the all around experience, What
was like the final straw, or like what kind of made you come out, stop doing music so hard?
The SoundCloud era?
Like the emo era?
Nah, like I was cool. Some of that shit was cool. Like some of Trippie Redd's songs, early songs were cool, but just like the over acceptance of stupid shit in music, where I'm just like, there's no, the levels that you want to achieve for all of it to make sense, or for you, or for it to make sense, I guess, or for it to for it to make you feel like it makes sense. I wasn't seeing that as a possibility. Like, I'm just like, man, like, bro, like, what? Why are you crafting the craziest type of thing or putting so much effort into this when some of the shit that's coming out is some of the stupidest shit you've ever heard? And I mean, I'm not trying to sound just so judgmental, but I'm just like, man, like, there's so much actual raw talent that gets overlapped by just something that's trendy and just melodic. And maybe it's something you just said out of your ass and somebody's working so hard on this. So I got discouraged when I started seeing this era of the SoundCloud rappers, and I kind of wish that I would have not got discouraged, because currently at 5:30 on, what is it? What date are we in?
Today's the 14th. Tuesday.
On May 14, 2024, half of these motherfuckers that were currently popping at that time are nowhere to be seen, found, or anywhere on the charts. So I don't know, man. Maybe one day I might just do some shit for fun. But right now I'm I'm enjoying stand up. You know.
Okay, so you're doing stand up right now?
Yeah, I'm doing stand up right now.
Oh shit, how's that going for you?
It's going good, man. I finally have like a stable show that I'm able to throw once a month. So shout out to the Green Room, where it's like a smoke friendly show. It kind of put me in a, you know, I have a smoker audience. So if you're gonna show up and try to do some time, you better be able to be like a firefighter and hang with the smoke. Because if you're not a smoking type of comic, it's not gonna be a place where you shine. Because you're gonna get high and then you're gonna forget shit. I seen it happen.
Damn.
But yeah, it's going good, bro. I started doing comedy. It's been on and off, bro. I wouldn't say that I'm a comedian. Like, oh, hey, like I'm dedicating myself 24/7. Because if I did that, I wouldn't have the things that I have. I wouldn't be able to run my business. I do this thing. I do these things because it's fun for me, bro. But I also have things in the back end. Like I have like 2-3 businesses, you know, that pay for all these things that I have. That's the reason I'm able to do stand up as a fun thing for me and not something that stresses me out. It's like, damn, I need these $50 or $60 for tonight, you know? And I don't mean to say that like in a negative way, but I also don't want to take away from the true artists that are out there dedicating everything to it, because I respect that too.
Yeah.
But just for me, like I would call myself like a stand-up, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love it, bro. I get to talk about my life. I get to, you know, go up there and talk about stuff that, being a 90s kid and being Latino and all those things, and being able to express myself like that, it's a cool thing, bro. My travel experiences have a lot to do with it, and people receive it well. As long as people receive it well, bro, like I'm gonna keep trying, and if they don't receive it well the first couple times, I'm gonna keep trying to see if it changes. But then you also gotta know when to throw in the towel too, bro. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Some people don't ever like. You can't squeeze I forget the saying, bro, but you can't make juice out of like a dead flower or something. I don't know why, I forget the fucking name, bro. I'm high as fuck, but
I just interviewed Concrete, the comedian, and he said something along the line of like, don't chase your passion, do what you're destined to do. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
A lot of fools, you know, don't know when to quit, or like they're chasing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you like travel through that? How do you navigate through? Is it just passion because I want to do it, or like I'm actually destined or good at this?
You know, he put it in a very cool way. Shout out to Concrete, but the way I interpret that is almost like once I stop having fun, I stop doing something. And I'm very vocal about that with my whole team, and even Ray's seen that happen, because Ray used to be somebody who was invested in my music a lot by making my videos and all these type of projects that he dedicated his time with along with me to make it come to life. And he saw that I wasn't having fun with it anymore, and I was becoming more stressed than anything. And usually whenever I start getting stressed about something and I'm not having fun as much with it, I usually pull the plug, you know? I don't like to do things that I'm not having fun with no more. You know what I mean?
Okay,
It's not, I don't want to stress about something and feel like I have to do it. If I'm not happy doing it, then I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And that's how I define what I invest my time in.
You did mention you have 3 businesses. What are your 3 businesses?
So I'm in the Propan game. I'm part owner of this company. I have a collaboration with Propan I have my own pen. We're currently over 45 stores in Southern California and counting. If we're not in yours, let me know. We can set that up. We'll even give you a commission fee, you know what I'm saying, if you get us into a store. So that's one big business venture. Of course, my high and hungry clothing and the website, flavorsbyezone.com, where I sell everything and anything. I have my own candles in there. You know what I mean? I have 14 cents. And the reason I had those candles was because, of course, we all try to hide the smoke when we're living with our parents. You know, so like I'm like, man, how can we eliminate this and just make our house smell good? So I linked up with Puff Penny Melts, and I started out. I would just buy these candles to get a dope pendant out of the candles, and then they're like, hey, you're kind of like an influencer, so just why don't we just make a collab? And one candle turned into 14, so that's like one of my hottest items on there. I make my own hats to sell for the high and hungry stuff, like the one I'm wearing. Also with different ideas, I make my own t-shirts. I sell like heady stuff, which what I mean by heady stuff is stuff for people in the weed culture, you know what I mean? Like the hash community, like the baller jars. Sometimes I sell rigs on there, stash boxes, just all around, just anything, bro, that like I think is cool. And I'm like, yo, I think people would fuck with this. So that's my store. And then I also venture on the resale side. And I've been doing that for 2 years, where I'll go Saturday or Sunday to like garage sales or swap meets. And sometimes I'll run into fools out there like, what the fuck, Ezone? I'm just like, yeah, fool. Like, you know, like it's a swap meet, bro, security guard. And the security guard will be like, what the fuck? And then some fool will bust out a pro pad and be like, yo, you're really out here. I was like, yeah, fool, what the fuck? Like, I'm not ashamed to do none of this shit, bro. Like, it all pays the bills. So those are like 3 businesses that I've been investing my time in a lot. And of course, it's, you know, everything else that comes along with, you know, aside from that.
Yeah. I think, you know, a lot of people want to either dabble or start a podcast or like, you know, make money.
The podcast would be another one, sorry.
That's another business too, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people want to start a podcast or maybe even sell pens and stuff like that. Like, have you always been the kind of guy that's like, you know what, I could do it? And then you have like the means to like find out the suppliers or what like that. Like, was that a hard process thing for you to do?
Yeah, fool. Like, I had a lot of doors closed in my face, bro, because I didn't have my shit together. And not because I didn't want to have my shit together. It's just that I had to learn what it took to get your shit together. You know, it's the people. Can you repeat? I'm sorry. Can you repeat it one more time?
Yeah, like how, like, are you one of those people that like you see something dope and be like, you know what, I could do that? Are you have confidence in yourself?
Yeah. So when it comes to that, yeah, fool. Like, I want to say when I was 16, me and my little brother used to watch Rob and Big.
Okay.
And I would always tell this fool whenever Rob would come on, I'm like, one day I'm gonna meet that fool and I'm gonna work for that fool, right? Or I'm gonna fucking work. I'm gonna work with him or somewhere around there. And then what is it? Fantasy Factory came out, fool. And one of my first jobs before the weed industry, fool, is I was working for Young and Reckless as an intern there.
Oh shit.
And I used to work with Drama Beats every day. Like his cousin. Yeah, Rob Deerdick's cousin. And every now and then I would see Rob Deerdick come in. And I finally got a chance to fucking meet him and all this stuff and in the office. And I was just like, damn, like, I remember this was when I was like 17 or 18. No, 17. Like 16 and 17. And it was a cutthroat industry, bro. Like, them motherfuckers in the clothing industry or the fashion industry or urban wear, there's y'all some cold ass motherfuckers, bro. But I look up to somebody like Rob Deerdick, and I was so inspired, bro, that I'm like, man, this is kind of like what I want to go with the trajectory of my life, where it's like, look at how much fun this motherfucker's having doing and just living his dreams and just giving people the opportunity to live their dreams with him or throughout the journey with him. And yeah, bro, like I finally met him, and I was working for Young and Reckless and at that time, and I wanted to do clothing at first in the beginning because I'm like, I've always liked fashion and I've always liked different kind of stuff like graphic designing and just thinking of ideas like that. And that's how that came about, fool. So like I remember telling my little brother, like, hey man, I'm gonna work with these fools one day. Sure enough, that happened. And ever since that experience where I can remember that vividly happened, I've never been shy to say, like, I'm gonna make that happen. Like, some of the sponsors that I have on my show, I've like started out buying the product at the store, and I'm like, yo, I like this product so much, I'm gonna have them sponsor my show, or I'm gonna have them do this, or I'm gonna work with these people, or hey, I'm gonna get this opportunity with this person. Like, I'm gonna get to meet like another thing. Like, I remember meeting one of my favorite soccer players that's no longer at LAFC, Chicho Arango. And biggest flop LAFC ever let go, by the way. But I remember saying, I was like, man, how hard is it to meet this fool, right? I was like, he seems like one of these fools. And sure enough, I would say, like, I'm going to meet that fool. And then I met that fool like 2 months later, got him to sign 2 of my cards. But meet him on a personal level. So, like, manifestation is a real thing to anybody out there, bro. But say it con ganas, cabrones. Don't be saying it just to say it. You know what I mean? Don't be saying it like, be like, and work towards it too. Like, you got to work towards it. You know, figure out, be like, hey, man, do meet and greet. You know, show face, do something, bro. So there is power in manifestation, and yeah, I learned that at a very young age.
You always been a big soccer fan?
I always wanted to be the shit in soccer, bro, but I was always fat.
You played soccer growing up?
Yeah, fool. Like, I was in high school. That was the only extracurricular activity that I could. I wanted to participate in it, so I was hella good at practice. Like,
At practice.
Yeah. You know, the drills and all that. But like, yeah, I loved it, bro. I enjoyed playing it, you know, when I used to play when I was younger. And I've always enjoyed, like, you know, playing video games on it and watching certain. I don't keep up with the hype shit like Real Madrid or Barcelona and all stuff like that. My team's always been AC Milan when it comes to on the other side of the world. So Italian league, you know what I mean? I would watch some of that. And then MLS too, bro. Like, that shit it got pretty fucking dope as of recent, and the opportunity came up where B Real got invited to a game, and you know, he was like, let's go. And I was like, yo, we got that VIP treatment. And then we started seeing the team, and I was like, yo, I fucks with this team, man, right here. I was like, now I see why this shit's always packed. So I became a fan since day one. There's no energy like it in anywhere else out here in another stadium, bro. You can't go to a Laker game and get that kind of energy that these fools get. If the Lakers had fucking a fan base like the 32-52s, we'd probably be winning a lot more championships.
Damn.
Yeah.
And it's right there in your backyard, huh?
Yeah, bro, it's right there. It's the best, and I like it. They put the neighborhood to work, fool. There's a lot of local people that work there. Even if you work at the concession stand, security, whatever it is, bro, they're giving jobs, bro, to the people that are on there are right there in the hood.
Yeah. You did have an incident one time with the LAFC Eagle, right?
Oh yeah. So
how did you even do that, bro? How did you even get that?
See, that was another thing where, like, manifestation kind of happened. I would always see the Hawkeye, and I'm a big animal lover, fool. Like, I love animals, dog. Like, I love wildlife. I you know, if I could have a lot of pets, I would. And I remember seeing this fool a couple times, and I would show face and talk to him once or twice while we were tailgating, and then eventually I had the courage to be like, hey, man, let me take this gamble and ask him on the show. And he was like, I actually was hoping you'd ask me on the show. You know, he's like, I watched your stuff. And I was like, oh, no way. So I was like, you sure you could bring the bird even though we're going to be blazing it? He's like, yeah. So he gets there, and, you know, he has the bird tied up by his leg. So, like, it's like a rope, so it doesn't really, like, go anywhere. And the bird already knows he has his, like, helmet and all that stuff. And he tells me, he's like, yo, I got to take something out of the trunk. And then he's like, hold the bird. And I'm like, okay. So, and then the bird it knows that it's no longer with him. So the bird's like, fuck you. So it just yanks. The bird's strong, fool. It just fucking, like, I wasn't even holding that hard. And it just goes on the tree. And I'm like, oh, shit. So, yeah, Ollie went to the tree. And it was like kicking it up there. The crazy part about those birds is that at any moment they can fucking leave. Like, he let us know he was very clear about it, that at any moment the bird, whenever it gets tired of shit, it could just be like, peace. I don't care if you got a tracker on me. I'm out. I'm not coming back. So that's the first thing I thought of when the bird went on the tree. And then he had to bust out some, like, I don't know, some, like, meat or whatever they feed him, and then swooped up and he got him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I was scared, fool. That's an expensive bird.
What kind of bird is that?
It's a hawk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a hawk.
Damn, there's a couple hawks right here in Southgate.
They're like hawks and falcons. So
this full shit got crazy. Like, a bucket of shit comes out.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It stains your car and shit. It's crazy.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't be able to have that, fool. I was like, I walked in earlier, dog, and my rabbit got out of his cage, fool, and I was like, he doesn't normally get out. Like, you know, like out of his cage. And while I wasn't there, and I was like, fuck, I don't know how long he's been out for. And I for sure thought this fool had like got an 8 or something like that, but I found that fool. That's the first thing I thought, because there'd be some predatory birds, dog. And I was like, yeah. But then again, I was like, my rabbit's a fat motherfucker. They're not gonna be able to pick him up.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
You know, watching some of your podcasts and listening to some of your podcasts, I can tell that you're very cultured when it comes to like pop culture and like cartoons and stuff like that. Like, what is some of like your early memories, or like, why do you fuck with those, like even Pokemon and stuff like that, Pokemon cards? Like, what's your love for that?
So I'm a '90s kid, bro. Like to the T. Like there's something special about being a '90s kid. Just how like the '80s kids got to experience uncut drugs and real parties. Like I'm jealous of that. Y'all got that. Like whatever version of that we got is we ain't gonna have that no more. We got Fent and like people get kidnapped in clubs these days. You know what I mean? Like it's a different time. But to the people like for that value the '90s era, we're the first generation that got tested out with like some life changing shit. Like we don't know what the repercussions of the internet's gonna be because we're the first generation that got exposed to it. When there was no boundaries, when there was all that stuff, '90s kids were the first ones to have a household computer in there, and we don't watching porn online, all this stuff. We got to see so many things. Like it's a very special era, bro. Like children entertainment was at its highest. CGI, the internet, Y2K just got taken to the next level. So there was so many things, just like every era that we got to experience. But one of the great things about it was the pop culture, bro. It was I've always valued the creativity of it, bro. It was the last era that had no holds bars. I'm sorry, they had nothing holding it back, in a sense where you had cartoons like Rocko's Modern Life or Ren and Stimpy, where like they were a little bit weird because they were meant to be weird, and they were written with like some different kind of writers in there, and like there's no way you can get some stuff like that on TV these days. I mean, granted, there's some dark side to the '90s, but I'm looking at the positive at the moment. But yeah, I value the '90s and the pop culture of it because it kept my imagination alive, and a lot of the ideas and a lot of the business ventures and a lot of things that I do or the ideas I come up with to make money or just business ventures come from my imagination. So I constantly like to keep these things that I valued as a kid when my imagination was at its peak around. It's the reason I have like Simpsons tattooed everywhere. Pokemon brought me so much joy, bro. I have so much memories of my dad taking me to buy me my first yellow version game and all this stuff. And I remember I got hella into that, and I remember if I remember now, I remember seeing the shift of when kids thought that wasn't cool anymore. And I'm just like, what are you moving on to, bro? Adulthood? Like, it was like, bro, like, you see how angry your parents are? Like, and I'm like, what's the rush, bro? Like, enjoy this shit.
Yeah.
So I feel like we were in an era where everybody was rushing to grow up. Like, I like having that carefree time in my life. And if I associate that with a lot of the pop culture that was it at that time, maybe that's what it is. But yeah, I value that a lot, bro. Like, and also too, I always wanted to, and a teacher shot this fucking dream down. I was wanting to fucking make my own cartoons, fool. Like, I really wanted to be my animator, and like some bitch was like, "There's no money in that," and I was like, "Man,
so money in teaching, bitch."
Yeah, I was like, somebody to teach you, like, but you're a little kid, you don't want to talk back because you're like in 4th grade.
Yeah.
And that was like one of my dreams as a kid.
Yeah, I can tell that like cartoons really played like a big part of your life, just because like you remember a lot of shit compared to me. Like I watched everything that you just. Rocko's Modern Life was my favorite. Right, coming home after school was all my shit, but I don't really remember it. A lot of it until you bring it up. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, like, cause you know what? Cause I relive these things, bro. Like I remember like. Last year I watched I watched Hey Arnold, the whole thing, like I think like once or twice, bro, just because I'm like, this shit was deep. Like when you
trying to make you cry, huh?
Sometimes like the Pigeon Man episode, yeah, I shed a tear in the Pigeon Man episode, fool. That shit was sad, fool. Like that fool comes back, he finally convinces Pigeon Man to go out for some pizza.
Yeah.
And then he comes back and Harold and the other fool have fucked up Pigeon Man's birds. And then that fool's like, this is what they do, Arnold, people. Whenever you're different and they don't understand you.
Deep meaning.
Yeah, and I was like, yo.
Or Stoop Kid, remember Stoop Kid?
Yeah, Stoop Kid. The Stoop Kid's afraid to leave the stoop, yeah. Then then that fucking, what's that other character? That fool, the Mantenido fool, Mr. Koshka. Remember that fool?
Nah, the Asian guy?
No, he used to live next to he's like, Can I borrow some money, please? Yeah. He's a scumbag, bro. But he lived in an apartment, so like the realness of it is real, bro. Like, you know, like the Mr. Win fool, that fool, the reason he was so reserved is because he's so hurt out of life. He had to give up his daughter in the Vietnam War.
Oh,
yeah, bro. Like, yeah, like
real life shit.
Real life shit. And then that's the reason I'm like, damn, man, this is deep. Like, what the fuck do these kids get from Coco Melon these days? They don't get no morale.
Yeah.
You know, like,
ethics,
yeah.
family values.
Yeah, dude. Like, The Simpsons are even different. I used to watch them up until like 4 years ago.
I used to get in fights with my dad because he would want to watch Jose Luis and Censura, and I wanted to watch the 6 o'clock episode and the 7.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like,
yeah.
Fight for the remote.
Same here. I bet he would get happy when there would be the baseball team on.
Yeah.
Because, you're like, I can't watch nothing.
3 hours gone.
Yeah.
I gotta go outside.
Then the X-Files, fuck you.
Yeah. X-Files trash.
I hated that shit. The X-Files
was... McBeal, Buffy the Vampire, I'm like, get out of here.
Yeah, dude. And then there wasn't anything for you to like, I don't know, for you to be hooked on it. Not every show was appealable to everybody. I also missed that about back then, bro. That like, shows were catered to certain individuals, bro. That way you didn't feel the need to watch TV all the fucking time. But when you make every show for everybody, when the fuck is anybody gonna turn off the TV? You know what I mean? Like fool, like if you're making our show, like remember the Man Show?
Yeah.
Only men watch that show, bro. Like
10 p.m.
At 10 p.m.
Kids are asleep.
Kids are asleep. Like I bet you there was like those men that were watching it. They're just like, well, I'm not gonna watch shit but that show.
Yeah.
So nobody should have a problem with it because it's clearly called The Man Show.
Right.
Yeah, like, so I'm like, TV used to be catered, you know, differently, bro. And like now we live in an era where they try to make that shit appealable to everybody.
Yeah, everything's for everybody.
Yeah, bro.
Even
I wouldn't be surprised if I get a Coco Melon ad in my fucking phone after this.
Yeah, even like they try to put like inclusive, like that movie Eternals. They try to make it super inclusive, like one person from every race.
Yeah.
Shit like that. It was like too much.
Straight up, man. Sometimes I do feel I'm like, hey, man, like, I get it that including everybody is like, everybody wants to see it, but include it where fools fit in. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying limit everybody, but like, hey, bro, like instead of like trying to feel a need to like involve like, all right, we're making a movie, one white guy, one brown guy, one yellow guy, one this, you know, like, no, bro, like, how about you just give the same opportunity to all the Asian people to create their movies, bro, and like. Even if we gotta have subtitles, just let them get their creativity on. Let the Spanish people shine in their own way, you know?
Yeah, that's why
let the black food shine in their own way. Like Medea, bro. Like I never have once going to see a Medea fucking movie, but those seats are filled.
Yeah. Someone's watching.
We know who it's catered to, bro. Like I sure as hell don't fucking see a Medea shit. And I'm like, oh, chingao, let's go watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like although there might be some raza that do, but I know it's not catered to me, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I fuck with like a Blue Beetle was dope to me. Some people thought it was corny. I liked it.
It was kind of corny, but I watched it just for the fact that I'm just like, okay, this is where we're at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this is where we're at. All right, whatever. Like, you know, let's not let George Lopez write more movies, eh?
Yeah. I thought George Lopez's character was funny, dog. Like he was super token, but to me it was funny.
Yeah.
You're fucking Theo.
Yeah, he's always playing that motherfucker.
Hey, you know, you're growing up in South Central, I'm assuming, right? Because South Central, you know, it's kind of the hood. It's the hood. It's the hood, right? Yeah. I'm assuming that you weren't able to purchase everything you ever wanted, and now that you're an adult and you have the power to purchase whatever you want, you're taking advantage of that, right?
Fuck yeah, bro. I think that also adds why I go thrifting and go to the swap meet and I'm in the resale game, bro. Because I get to see some stuff where I'm just like, damn, I wanted this shit. I never I was like, I got the yellow version, but not the gold. You know, like, so I would see certain things like that, bro.
I'm a blue version Pokemon.
Blue version OG? Hey, that's the OG.
Last toys, that was my shit.
I got the yellow one, bro. I wanted the Pikachu to follow me around.
Hell yeah.
I was pissed when you couldn't evolve that fool.
You doing cheat codes too?
Yeah, I found the Mew, the little fucking thing you had to do. It's crazy. I remember those magazines. Fuck, now I lost the train of thought. What was it?
Growing up, you didn't have the means to.
Oh yeah, so growing up, bro, like my parents did everything to try to, you know, all of our parents did everything to try to give us everything, bro. But you know, you always saw some things, and I always held back too because I'm like, I knew my parents were doing everything already. What the fuck? I was gonna put some stress over like buying me this. So everything that I didn't get to have, in a sense, if I really wanted it, like I get to go ham now, bro. Like. I'm like, fuck, I wanted all the Pokemon cards when I was a kid, fool. Like, now I go to Japan to fucking go buy them from the fucking plug themselves. I go to the Pokemon Center and I'm not saying every time I buy Pokemon cards, but the fact that I'm like, how much more hardcore can they fucking get? You know, like where it's like I'm dedicated to this shit.
Yeah, to the
like
source.
yeah, to the source. Where I'm like, yo, I went to the land, I bought them straight over there. Like they're blessed by Pikachu himself. You know, like
Hey, you said that you went to fucking Pokemon Day and you were kind of like, it was underwhelming.
yeah, I could no. Well, yeah,
In Japan.
yeah, in Japan, I felt like it wasn't a big deal out there. But then again, I'm like, they've had that shit forever. So like, I don't really, I felt that because I'm like, all right, bro, you fell out of the loop. Next time, I'm learning Japanese at the moment. So like, I'm like, next time go in there with somewhat of a better knowing the language and fucking like ask around, bro. You know, because I'm pretty sure it's kind of like a local kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe you have to know somebody
Yeah,
type shit.
yeah, or not, or just like they know the spots. Be like, hey, this coffee shop over here, and like if I were to tell you, hey, there's this coffee shop in Culver City, they're gonna have like Pokemon bagels, Pokemon drinks, Pokemon this, like they're going hardcore. But of course, I don't know the language.
And then we're kind of spoiled too, like, you know, when you go to Disneyland, like there's a land for everything.
Exactly.
You think it's gonna be like that, but it's probably spread out.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, you know, and there was kind of a thing though. Like there was at the Pokemon Center, you had to go there early and they would give you like a certain Pokemon that's available in the game. I did get it, so you know, it was kind of cool.
That's dope. Are you the one making the thumbnails and the drawing for the
For my show?
Yeah.
Nah, man, I wish I had talent like that, man. I'm more of the person who commissions and buys the art, but all the credit for most of the all the thumbnails that are drawn like, you know, animation style are all to Chili Millie. Salute to you, Chili. Thank you for all the hard work you do. She's part of the team, and she gets down. She's good at what she does, and she's also my graphic designer that brings a lot of my things to life when it comes to all my designs. Because I literally probably would draw it on like stick figure. I was like, all right, I need this character standing like this. I'm gonna draw some lockers in the back. Write this right here. Like I'll sketch it out, like very shitty, but she gets it. And I feel like when it comes to working with people, like if anybody out there that's a graphic designer and you want to work with me or you want to show me your work or something like that, that's literally if you're able to work with the way that I'm describing right now, feel free to DM, bro. Like if you're able to translate a sketch into a vision, fucking holler at me, man. I've been putting people to work.
What makes you kind of pick the theme for the thumbnail? Is it after the episode's done or before it's done?
I just shoot her a bunch of ideas. I'm like, look, I was like, these are trios and like pop culture in the 90s or like, you know, like I'm like, it's me and Xavier today. So it's a morning show, bananas in pajamas, you know, or like, let's do, it's the three of us today. Let's do the Animaniacs.
So, because I was wondering, like, do you just go off memory, but you're still consuming some of this stuff to kind of...
Oh yeah, like my algorithm like shows me, like I'll watch all these videos. It was like banned toys from the 90s, banned cartoon scenes in the 90s, cartoons you forgot about. I constantly consume all that stuff because it does what you say. It unlocks memories for certain foods. You know what I mean? You're like, oh damn, I forgot how much, you know, fun I had, and then it gives me ideas for certain merch. Like I'm like, man, how cool would it be this summer? High and Hungry Super Soaker. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so I see some. That's the shit I think about, bro. Like because this is who I am. You know, and that's where I get those ideas. I keep getting refreshed for all those things, bro. Even like the '90s commercials, bro. I was like, man, I would kill to make my own fucking pair of sock and bumpers.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit more about music. You have a distinct dislike, or maybe you don't appreciate. I don't know what the word is, fool, but you don't like Rick Rubin, dog.
All right, dog.
And Rick Rubin is like a fucking praised by everyone in the music industry, right?
But for what, fool? for fucking going like, that's good.
Did you see the episode of Lil Dicky when Rick?
Oh, bro, that was like probably one of the gayest episodes ever, bro. Like I'm just like, man, I did see that episode. I'm a fan of Lil Dicky. Not so much his show as much no more. I was like, I don't know, that one season where he was just playing with guys' assholes.
First season was cool, no?
Yeah, first season was cool. I was like, I like when he liked Allie and all this stuff, bro. But just like when I was like, yo, when he had this little like zesty friend come over and they put peanut butter on each other, that was not it.
That was another producer.
Yeah.
Who's dating Selena Gomez right now.
It's putting peanut butter in her ass, you know? Like, but yeah, like I like Gata, you know what I mean, from the shows. But back to the Rick Rubin question. I don't know, bro, and I don't mean to discredit it, bro, but every story that I hear just kind of like the System of a Down one, right? Like, have you heard that whole thing? Where they're just like, he just opened the book and he fucking pointed to this chapter in the book and said, that's the lyrics. And that's how they came up with, I think, Toxicity or Chop Suey. And I'm just like, There's no way in fucking hell he fucking knew. I'm gonna point at that book. I just don't buy that shit, bro. Like, what is he, a mythical being? Like, he's not a producer. He doesn't play an instrument. He's just a guy who appreciates fucking music. Like, for all that I know, bro, it's like, look, I already come up with this plan. I was like, look, when Steptone's done fucking recording with the Deftones, or whenever it's time for him to retire, and I'm gonna make him the next Rick Rubin. I'm gonna just fucking like get a bunch of artists and I'm be like, look, Steftone, just sit there and just say this shit is good at the right times, and I guarantee you'll just be as big as Rick Rubin, just to show how it's not that hard, bro.
Yeah.
He just, I mean, I'm not here to discredit all this fucking shit that he did before, because he probably did discover a lot of great artists that we know. And we know for a fact, like Beastie Boys and people that he worked with before, like, you know, just like other artists. But the way people overhype him in today's market is just like, what did he do when he worked with Eminem? One of the goats, you know what I mean, in the music industry. What is it, in rap? He made his album Tank that he worked with.
Was it?
I forget the name. There was 2 that he did, bro. 2 albums that were produced by Rick Rubin, and Eminem was like, if I keep doing shit with you, it's just gonna tank my career. Slipknot, another fucking band that was like, this is fucking stupid. Like, you're just literally just saying, play it again. Until like he's like, it's good. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't work for me, bro. But, and I'm not saying like he's not worth the hype, but just for me, in my humble opinion, that's not really adding much to, like, your ego stroking people. Like, I mean, you're just literally like telling them what they want to hear, and I'm just like, that's, anybody can do that. Rick Rubin, let me be in the session you're in, bro. I want to see what more goes on.
Yeah. You didn't mention the Pro Pen.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the weed of today is completely different from the weed that we grew up smoking when we were in high school?
100%, bro.
Yeah, you think it's good, or you think it should have kept it?
I think they're just not. They're finding so many ways to make it stronger these days, bro. You know what I mean? I also feel that I don't know. I feel like it's more addictive, fool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like you kind of want to smoke it more, or just
can't be without it.
Yeah, it can't be without it, bro. Like, I feel like it became just not as addictive, but it became just as habit forming as a cigarette, but not as harmful. Where like food, everybody fucking smokes these days, you know. And I do feel that the weed is stronger, bro. But they also have like weed that's in the median, you know.
Do you feel like it's gonna have its fast food era where like
it's already there,
where like it's super size me, it's super high, super this, and then eventually the people are gonna be like, you know what, let's taper off a little bit, let's go down.
They already have, like, they have certain off brands where it's like they call them dad grass, you know what I mean? They're like mellow weed for mellow dads or something like that. So low THC weed, and other states specifically grow low THC percentage herb because they put a cap on it. Like, you know, let's just say a state like Utah, right? All those Mormons over there and all those conservative people, they might not want anything past 10% THC. So that's what's going to be grown and available there. I think Canada has a certain thing as well too, where their weed can be past a percentage. So I feel that it's because it's California, it's for sure getting stronger and stronger, but it's not like that everywhere.
Yeah. Can you smoke something and taste that it has too much chemicals in it?
I have great growers as friends, you know what I mean, and business partners. Salute to Mary Genetics and Dr. Green Thumb Farms, you know, that I know where the sources and the you know, where it's coming from. But throughout my career, there has been times where I have smoked some questionable things where I'm like, this is not normal. Like, this is not supposed to taste like bubble gum. Coming in a can, it's sprayed, it tastes like mouthwash. Nah, I didn't buy it, bro.
Yeah.
Even though I smoked it, but that's how I found out. Then I'm not.
That's the only way to find out, right?
The only way to find out.
I have a crazy edible story because I used to smoke a lot too, right? But I stopped. You know, it's been 10 years now since I stopped smoking. But I used to get these free edibles when you go to a cannabis store, right? So I want to know your crazy edible story. But my crazy edible story is I put this brownie in the fridge all the way in the back, dog. All the way in the fucking back. I fucking left, came back. I was waiting for it to eat it, right? You know, to have that, late night session or whatever. I come back, I look in there, and I'm all like, oh shit, it's not in there, bro. And then I asked my mom, like, hey mom, did you get this brownie that I left? It had this wrapper on it. And she's all like, no, I didn't see it. And she goes, oh shit. I'm all like, what? She goes, well, today your dad came home early from work. My dad never comes home early from work. My dad's been working 7 days a week for 25 years. He's a fucking warehouse, like a company man, you know?
Yeah.
And he has his own business on the weekends. So he never leaves work. He never calls out sick. Doesn't even use vacation days, fool. This was like, oh, your dad came home sick from work today at 1 p.m. He sped home because he felt sick. He was sweating. He felt weird. And he's been asleep since he got here at 1. It's like 9 p.m. And I'm like, oh shit, my fucking dad ate the edible at work. My dad doesn't even smoke. He hates drugs.
Does that fool have a sweet tooth? Like, why did he get the
okay. Ice cream and like, you know, all of us in my family love cookies and all that shit. I don't know how the fuck he found it in the back of the fridge.
Fool, is he a big fool too?
Nah, he's like 200 pounds, 5'10", 200 pounds.
Okay, so he can eat.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but this fool had like, he slept for like 16 hours, fool. And we finally told him, he was pissed. He's like, I never done weed before. He was one of those guys, I've never done weed. I've never done drugs before.
Yeah.
And finally,
Me drogaron.
Yeah. Do you have anything like any bad edible stories or?
I mean, in regards to me, I don't really. Yeah, you know what? I have one that happened to me and one that recently happened to my mom. The one that happened to me, fool. I went to Long Beach to an event with Be Real, bro. It was like he was doing a meet and greet and like I don't know, bro. I think it was this nice big ass house, bro. And there was this señora who was giving out these cookies, bro. Like, and there were these little cookies, bro. And Be Real got a bag, and I ended up getting a bag. But I didn't know how to respect the edibles at the time. So I ate one bag, I ate Be Real's bag, and I went for another bag, fool. 3 different bags.
Damn, dog.
Fool, on the way home, it was late, and I was driving from Long Beach, and it was so foggy, bro, that I couldn't even see where I was going.
Like, it was legitimately foggy.
Legitimately foggy, and I was tripping, bro. I was slapping myself in the face. I was, like, sweating. I literally pulled over, dog, and I just, like, I just had to, like, chill for, like, 20 minutes. Like, pulled over on the side of the freeway, and thank God nobody pulled over, nobody hit me, but the fog cleared up eventually, and I fucking, however I did, I made it back home, fool. But I never want to be as uncomfortably high as that day it was because all I kept thinking, I was like, I'm driving from Long Beach and I'm gonna go through that the little ramp. What if I fall? You know what I mean? Like, what if I hit the side and then audio verga, you know? Yeah. And then recently, but yeah, that's probably the worst edible story. Other than that, I'm like I can handle anywhere from like 1,500 milligrams of RSO, like no problem.
I don't know what that means.
I'll knock out. RSO is like cancer medication.
How many milligrams are in a blunt, a regular blunt?
I don't know how to measure it like that. Yeah, but put it to you like that, the RSO and SHO is considered cancer medication. So like, unless you have cancer, fool,
we're going with pain.
Yeah, like this shit is cloud 9, like level fucking 100 type of shit. But so like my tolerance is pretty up there, but my mom's tolerance is definitely not up there.
You got her.
I didn't get her, fool. So my little brother had left a cookie in the fridge, in the freezer. And one day I check up on her after the gym. And I'm like, okay, I was like, let me go check in, because, you got to check in on moms. My grandma recently passed. So I'm like, I'm trying to be there for my moms as much as I can. And so I go in, I'm like, you should be getting ready to go to work. And I kind of noticed that she's like sitting there and she's like, but she's stuck, fool. Like, and I'm just like, what's wrong? She's like, I can't even put it in words. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't put it in words? She's like, no te puedo decir. And I'm just like, just tell me. And I was like, are you having a heart attack? Like, and all this stuff. So I'm taking her blood pressure and everything.
Damn.
She's like, I don't know how to tell you how I feel, but I feel stupid. Like, yeah. And I'm just like, ¿Cómo que te sientes estúpida? Like, and I'm just like, I'm taking you to the hospital. Let's go. So, I'm like, I'm getting her stuff. And then right before, I was trying to getting her in my car. She's like, hold on. I'm like, did you eat anything? She's like, yo me comí unas galletas anoche. I was like, ¿cuáles galletas? She was like, yo pensaba que eran ice cream. And then I was like, estaban en el freezer. And I was like, ¿Tienes, a dónde están? And she was like, ahí quedó uno de los pedazos. And there was like a 420 Oreo, like, one of them edibles. And I'm like, excuse me. Excuse me. And so once I see the package, and I'm like, oh, it says 420 Oreo, and I see that, and I'm like, oh. And then I was like, Mom, you're high. You know, like, and she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, you're high. Like, and she's like, how can you live like this? ¿Cómo puedes vivir así? And like, I'm just like, yo soy profesional, you know, like, yeah, like, you know, I was like, yo soy profesional. She was like, esto no se siente bien. I was like, look, I'm not gonna take you to the doctor because they're just gonna tell you nothing, bro. They're just gonna give you like IV. So I'm gonna make you some lemonade and some water with ice. Drink as much of it as you can and try to take a nap. And I put on some like National Geographic Moods of the Earth. And she knocked out, fool, for like a good 6 hours, fool. I had a babysitter. She came back and she ate up a storm, dog.
No
like
way.
she
could eat.
I thought she was cooking like, yeah, she could eat. I thought she was cooking for people coming over. No, it was all for her, fool. Like she hooked it up. I was like, all right. I'm like, you're gonna feel the hunger for sure.
Damn, dog.
Yeah.
My last fucking dab I ever took, dog. So back when I was smoking, let's say 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, you would go to a new spot. I used to love going to new spots.
To weed spots?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, fool. The
New
first time patient?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dog.
I was
Hey,
going weed maps.
first time patient king right here, dog.
Hell yeah, fool.
There was a place on Balboa, fool. And I remember during voting season, I used to work at a car dealership, fool. And I would run people's credits, fool. And there was to vote for legalization. Fool, I would fucking forge their signatures and just fucking get it. Because for every 10 signatures, they'll give you an eighth in the dispensary.
Hell yeah.
So I'll just keep taking in stacks. I told the fools what I was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was just like, hey, fool. I was like, look, they technically signed it. I was like, I'm just copying and pasting. So, and then I kept turning in these slips, fool. And then these people all voted for fucking legalization, bro.
They didn't even know it.
Yeah, they didn't even know it, dog. And I was just like, but I remember I ended up getting like close to like more than half a pound in Ace, fool.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I know, fool. And I was like, it wasn't even the greatest shit, but I just kept going back and they were just like, what the fuck? And I was just like, hey, all the information checks out, dog.
Hey, I was the king of fucking $40 aids, $10 aids, $20 aids, and like I'll go on Weed Maps and any new patient deal, boom, I was there. I don't care how far I had to drive, fool.
Before Weed Maps, I forget there was a Weed Tracker. Were you ever on that?
No.
Oh, dog. Anybody that's an OG out there, Weed Tracker, bro, that was like forums, bro, and you would just be like, go to this place and show them this fucking thing, and yeah, you get like you would get like deals where people were just giving you like, you get 2 free A's, and I'm like, 2 free A's at the time? That shit was tight, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
and I was a blunts only, dog. So I wasn't hitting like I was smoking my roaches in the pipe, but I was just rolling blunts.
me too. But you know what's crazy? I was a blunt smoker too, fool. I didn't start smoking crazy joints till B Real showed me how to roll joints, fool. I would be rolling pregnant ass joints, fool, like just looking like panzones, fool, just straight out just fat ass joints, but like all deformed and shit. Like,
yeah, I was a king size zigzag roller for a while too, but it just I didn't realize till after that I was also addicted to the tobacco. Like I couldn't smoke without the tobacco. You feel me? So sometimes I'll even like get a joint and put the tobacco guts inside the joint, like a slip, you know?
I find myself doing that shit these days, bro. You know what's crazy? When I came back from Japan, fool, I came back smoking cigarettes. I don't smoke cigarettes no more, like, because I brought back a lot of cigarettes, bro, because their cigarettes are good out there, bro. Like they fucking, there's natural tobacco, and they actually do have menthol fucking cigarettes, but the menthol's flavored. So you had Greek yogurt, chocolate, all this stuff, fool, and I was like, hell yeah. So I kept putting this tobacco in my fucking joints. And I was like, ooh, it's like, this shit's good, bro.
The spliffs, like, it'll give you the head high from the tobacco, and then you just cruise into the bean high.
Yeah, you're on autopilot. You're like, your high is on CHP. We just chilling.
I'm a child of fucking instant gratification. So like the tobacco gives you the instant gratification, and then you feel high after.
I feel you.
So
We're the generation where we want to be there, and then we'll figure it out from there.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm gonna let you know where I want to be at, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I feel you, bro.
So one time, fool, I was at this place, and it was like get a free little goodie bag and a free dab. It was a free dab or
Off the titanium nail?
I don't know what it was, fool. I don't know what it was. It was the beginning of dabs, fool. So yeah, they had that like big. It looked like a big like earwax cleaner, and they put a glob and whatever. I hit it, fool, and I was coughing up a storm, and then they're all like, "Hey, you're good? Are you driving?" I'm like, "Yeah," and they're all like, "See that couch right there? Sit there as long as you want. Bro, I sat on that couch, fool, for like 2 hours, and I felt like I was in a time lapse.
Yeah.
People would come in, come out, come in, come out. They let me. Like, they've done it before, dog. It's happened to other people before. And I always thought, like, I'm a big time smoker. Even when I was drinking, I don't drink no more either. But when I was drinking, like, I could drink, I could smoke. And I sat on that couch, fool, sat my big ass down for a long time, fool.
I got humbled like that too, fool.
Humbled.
Yeah, fool.
Correct.
Yeah.
Word.
I remember red ass titanium nail, fool. And I fucking inhaled that shit like I was like, it was a bong hit. It just all the way, and I felt that shit just burn, fool. And I was like, oh, I ran into the fucking water, and I just cup after cup, but I just kept coughing up a storm, and I never went back to a dispensary again.
Yeah, I
felt so embarrassed.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And I was in the white people side of town, the west side.
Yeah.
That always had good deals over there. Well, all the dispensaries for a minute were all over there.
Yeah.
There's none over here.
Yeah, because their people vote.
Yeah. And over here, the fucking, what do they call it? The conservative Mexicans don't want that shit over here.
Yeah, bro. They're straight up, bro.
Straight up.
Pinches drogadictos.
Yeah. You end up homeless. And to me, I feel like now, because I did dabble in other drugs afterwards, I used to be like, weed is not a gateway drug. But now I kind of feel like it is a gateway drug, especially with the weed of today. I don't think Arizona and stress was a gateway drug, but the weed of today, I feel like it is.
I feel like they've put it into that. Here's my thing. I feel that it's not that it's a gateway drug. They've categorized it and put it in a position where it can be a gateway drug, because every other person that is doing other substances, like before back in the day, you'd be like, oh, that's a tweaker, that's a heroin addict, and they're not doing everything and all in between.
But they're just one
as
thing.
Compared to now, when you see like a drug addict or somebody who's turning up, they got the weed, of course, that's Mando. Some of them got the periques. Mm-hmm. Some of them be drinking the lean. Some of them got the pastillas, and some of them be doing all four.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
it's kind of like a part of a cocktail now, whereas compared to before, it's like, nah, dude, I only smoke weed.
I'm just a weed smoker.
Nah, I'm just a stoner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or something.
All natural, bro.
Yeah.
It's not like that no more.
Bro, even the fucking cokeheads are smoking weed now to come down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They smoke and hit at the same time.
Yeah, I've seen that before. I used to do it.
Yeah.
They'd be like, hold on. All right, now we can start the show.
You did also have like a post that you said that Adam22, the owner of No Jumper, has low vibration vibes, dog. What do you mean by that?
I feel like some of the things, like, cause I'm a fan. You know what I mean? Like, I enjoy his network and all this stuff. And I believe that was a repost that I posted up. And some of the things that he does, bro, like where like I feel like he kind of incites drama amongst his own people, like for his entertainment. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's like if you were to have like, it's like if I were to be like a rooster breeder, and then every now and then I know I'm breeding them to fuck up other roosters, but every now and then I just make them fight each other. You know what I'm saying? And just for my entertainment, not for money, no nothing. Knowing that it could jeopardize both of these fighters or both of these individuals or these roosters, and in completely separate ways or different ways that might not even have anything to do with me, but because I'm putting them in this position, I feel that that's very low vibrating frequencies, and also there's some questionable stuff,
like letting his wife fuck somebody else.
Honestly, bro, that didn't really bother me much, because I'm like, I would never do something like that, but like, I've been watching porno for a long time. Like, since I was a little kid, bro. Like, I'd seen that shit. I was with the kids. We're the era from the internet, bro. And I remember, like, that shit's been going on for a while. You know what I mean? Like, all that cuck shit. So I'm just like, I'm just like, hey, bro, that seems like a white guy type of thing.
Yeah. I used to be a big fan of No Jumper too. I recently stopped, maybe like a year ago. I stopped watching it just because, I don't know.
When all the hosts became more gang members?
When AD and T-Rail and those fools left, I kind of stopped watching it too. Right?
I did too for a while.
But my thing is this, it's a West Coast podcast network channel, but I have to remind myself sometimes that he's not from the West Coast.
Yeah.
And what he does, the reason why I kind of fuck with it, because it was a breath of fresh air. His insights and how he interviewed people was kind of dope. But I have to remember that his morals and ethics don't align with mine. Like letting someone smash a lady, I'm not down with that. It's
like, I'll tell you this, I tell Xavier all the time, because I listen to a lot of Rasa podcasts, boo. Like, with the exception of No Jumper. Like, he's like, how many white people podcasts you listen to? I was like, Adam's probably the only white guy I listen to. I was like, most of them are probably Latinos or like mixed. You know, it's just what relates to me. But he likes to listen to a lot of Burt Kreischer, Dane Cook or whatever, like just a lot of waifus. And I'm just like, it's like, hey, bro, like he might be cool with the occasional dick joke, but fools that are not like, you know what I mean, that are not like West Coast orientated, that's not cool with us, bro. Like we're not gonna be cool with the too comfortable like joking about our dicks and just going into it. Like that's I don't know, not for nothing. I tell you, that's more like a very white guy type of joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's just, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm like, but that's cool for y'all. But you see it on, I know what you're talking about when you see it on No Jumper, where like he'll might try to make a joke like that with Brick Baby, and he's like, I'm 6'0", cuz that ain't fine. You know, like, yeah.
Fucking yeah. It's just, it's not for me. Talk to me about Japan and like your love for Disney. You've been to Tokyo, Japan, right?
Yeah.
And then how is it different or better or worse than the Disneyland here?
So my whole thing with Japan, bro, that started out with, like I said, I'm really big into like my 90s pop culture and the stuff I love. Like Pokemon is one of the things. So I always, man, I was like, you in a Pokemon trade, you don't go over there, fool. I was like, plus the food, plus all that. And my lady wanted to go too. And I'm just like, fuck it, let's take a vacation. I've never had really like taken an international vacation like that besides Mexico. And I'm like, that's called going back home. So it's not really the same thing.
Yeah.
So I decided to go over there and I fell in love with it, dog. Like I really fell in love with the way they function as a society. Some things might seem like, hey, bro, that's not cool the way they handle that, or like the way they handle the things. But hey, bro, it seems to work for them. And, coming from where I come from, and seeing that, I'm like, wow, like the simple things, the basics are all like taken care of, like from clean streets to like maintaining like the roads and all this stuff, where I'm just like, hey, like if the price to live in a society where people still respect each other and give a fuck about the elderly and put effort into their job is not having the freedom to do drugs or have certain kind of freedom, and hey, I'm willing to do that sacrifice, bro, for a little peace of mind, because I also seen what too much freedom does to somebody. And, not to sound very fucked up, but like sometimes I feel like people fucking do fucked up shit in America, bro, because they have too much freedom. Like right here, they give you everything in this country, bro. And like it almost feels like there's no rules and there's no consequences. So everybody feels like I have all the freedom I want. I'm gonna just do all the fucking stupid shit I want. And like we use that freedom not to better ourselves, but for worse. A majority of people. And out there, like the not the little freedom that they have, but the freedom that they do have, they utilize it to get ahead, bro. And I kind of fucking like that about their society. Speaking about in Japan as a country, and I like that they value their cultural. I like that they value their historic, historic culture, bro. Like they incorporate all that stuff. There's like temples in the middle of the city and all this stuff, bro. Like they really take a lot of pride in a lot of things, bro. Like I don't really know any company out here that's taking pride in saying that things are made in America, besides a lot of red companies, but yeah, like that as a society, that's what I love. But in regards to Disneyland, like what you asked me, so I don't want to, like everybody out there that's watching this, I don't want to fucking I'm not a Disney adult, bro. Like I'm not allowed in that club, even if I wanted to be in there, bro. Like Disney shadow bans on my shit, and I don't want to be in that club, bro, because I would be kicked out from the beginning. The bitch with the mall would kick me out the first day. She probably runs the fucking she probably runs like the head chairman of that, but I enjoy it because I go there for like inspiration with like merch, and I see the kind of fabrics they're working with, and
Isn't it crazy how they run that shit?
Yeah.
Just the merch. If you just go there to study the merch.
Yeah, like straight up, bro. Like I literally go and buy.
Dog.
Yeah, like I've sent shirts like where I'm like, can I get this cut? Can I get or can I get this like Spirit jersey type of press? Like I'm working on some stuff like myself that I've been inspired from Disney, and like yeah, bro. Like so I wanted to go experience this park somewhere else on the other side of the world, and let me tell you right off the bat, it costs for two people $130 for me and my lady.
Because they only have one park. It's not a park hopper, right?
No. It's just what it's. But I'm talking about that was like $70 per ticket.
Yeah.
Bro, that's unheard of. You can't even get into Knott's Berry Farm for $70, bro.
Yeah, park hopper right here is $230 for one person.
For one person, bro. And this is just one park. And that park itself is so fucking big. So big, so clean. Nobody's bombarding your picture. Everybody's like, oh, you know, like.
There's not a stroller army everywhere you go. No strollers.
No. Like,
If strollers and people on the machines.
And if there is, no, I did not see not one fucking of those. I did not see one fucking machine out there being used. And if it was an actual crippled person, not a fat ass motherfucker that needs to walk, bro. If you're like 500 pounds, bro, get your ass up off the scooter, bro. You came to Disneyland not to eat turkey legs on the fucking scooter, bro. You came to fucking walk, bro. Like, straight up, bro. Like, that's abusing the fucking system, bro.
Yeah.
And body abuse.
You know that they drop off the scooters in front of the Disneyland? You just have to, some guy drops it off for you, you just get on and you're already in there.
Yeah.
You don't have to go get it.
Yeah, no.
Someone will drop it off for you.
Yeah, and out there you did not see none of that. They have some baller ass strollers. So, like, you know, like, motherfuckers out there, there's nobody going through those strollers either. Like, they don't even, like, they have people watching it, but it's crazy, bro. The courtesy of people.
Is there long lines over there?
Yeah, there is, but there's also, like, you know how out here, like, if you want a fast pass, you're gonna have to, like, get it, reserve it at the right time, and it's free. Out there, you gotta have to pay for it. Like, put your money where your mouth is if you really want to get it on this ride. So you don't spit out that way. And it's actually not that bad, bro. Like, the longest ride is an hour. And I ended up buying my pass to that, and I ended up getting on it, the journey to the center of the earth. I went to both parks now. I went to Disney Sea, and I also went to Tokyo Disneyland, you know, and both of those parks, beautiful. I can see why cast members are not allowed to go to that park for free. But although it's because they paid for the licensing, they're like, we're gonna run it how we want to run it. We're gonna still have the hanging food at the tower. We're still gonna have the hella racist shit in the Snow White and Splash Mountain. We don't give a fuck. Like, this is tradition. And they just, like, nobody's bitching about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's because there's no black people or, like, but like, that was another thing that tripped me out, bro. Like, dude, I've seen like 5 black people in Japan.
Why do you think that is?
To be honest, those fools are a little bit racist, dog.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't see it or anything like that, but, like, I kind of asked around. I was like, yo, what's the deal with this game show? There was a game show where, like, it was like a bunch of, like, I would be like, if I had to take a guess, I'd be like, yeah, those are a bunch of Haitians on an island. They're like making these fools do this like crazy, like almost like death stunts, like building huts and all this shit. It's and I'm like, where do you have these fools? They're like, oh, they have them on an island. Damn. Yeah, type of shit. And like they pay these fools to take these like risking shows and for their entertainment. Like it's crazy, but like, I don't know. It's wild. I did not see not a lot of black fools out there. I seen some Raza out there. Raza starting to get out there.
Yeah.
Also, too, bro, like other cultures, bro, like like cultural differences, bro. Those fools now they don't tolerate shit. Like, they don't tolerate shit, fool. Like, you either get with their program or you don't. And not that I'm saying I feel cool getting with their program, but I respect their program enough where it's like whatever I do behind closed doors, like hitting this pen in a hotel room, is none of your business. You know what I mean? And they're all about minding their own business until you decide to get in it.
So there's no drugs allowed, no nothing.
Hell no, fool. It's a very clean country. Like, I think that's the reason that a big reason that Japan is as great as it is because they don't have any drugs out there. And if they do, you have to treat it like it's drugs. Very secretly. You have to be quiet. You have to literally go through distances to fucking get it. It's crazy. Like, it's everything's, of course. You can find anything anywhere, but not only are you gonna have to pay, like, bro, you know what a cart costs out there? $100.
How much are they usually?
Well, like a vape cart, bro, you can get one for like $25. Mine resell for $35, 30 to $40, depending on what store it is. Yeah.
Sick.
Those are for my disposal. Out there, it's $100 for a cart, fool. Just a cart. And I was like, damn, man, this is crazy. So
you can go anywhere and buy it?
Nah, fool. I know. I'm plugged in out there with the certain people out there. Like, shout out to my peoples out there. Like, you know, konnichiwa.
That's right.
Yeah, it's straight up, bro. Those people they're fucking, what is it? Kyodai. Like brotherhood, you know what I mean? They're like brothers, bro. So like I've those Japanese hospitality is probably one of the most comforting things you can get, bro. Those motherfuckers, when they like you, they make you feel like you're a part of the family, bro. And I appreciated that about the culture. It's so much that I do plan to buy a house out there or two and retire out there at some point. Even if I get taken out by a tsunami or earthquake, at least I'll die happy, motherfucker.
Did you watch Shogun?
Yeah.
I love that show.
Dude, you gotta watch Tokyo Vice on HBO.
That's good.
Oh, dog, I got chills just telling you, recommending it to you, dog. Like, it's fucking so good, dog.
Is it dubbed or is it subtitled?
It's in English, and it like some of the characters speak English, but like sometimes like the Yakuza members but it's kind of cool because you're like, that's real gangster shit, bro. Because like, you see, I'm not to diss anybody out here, but like the gangster fucking conversation is way different. Like, when you hear, hey, cuz, you know what I mean, or something like that. But like these fools are just like, like it's like on some real like, hey, bro, like we don't even gotta kill you. You go kill yourself and we gonna watch. Like damn, like there's some crazy. I was like, that's some crazy other level gangster shit, bro. Like I don't know. I became a big fan of like not their crime scene, but just like their like
the underworld
mysticism and their underworld. Just like it's crazy how like you really gotta have to be a tough motherfucker to
survive
to fucking be in that life.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Out here. What's poppin'? It's your boy Moses. We're taking a second from this episode to bring you a word from our sponsor. This episode is sponsored by us, The Lit Outlet. The best way to support the channel is to like, comment, subscribe on every episode. Don't forget the reels on Instagram. Don't forget the shorts on YouTube. Make sure you guys like and comment on everything you see from The Lit Outlet. Also, another big major way you can support the channel is to join our Patreon. The link is down below in the description. You keep the channel alive by pledging $1 every month. You can also do $3, $5, $10, $20. But all I'm asking, if you're a Liddy and you're enjoying the content, to at least join our Patreon for $1 a month. Another way you can support the channel is to buy some merch. We got hoodies for $40 and we got t-shirts with this logo for $25. If you want to support the channel, those are the best ways. But also, if you want to just keep enjoying the content for free, you can do that too. I don't mind. So I want to say thank you to all of our Liddies who are watching, liking, subscribing to all of our content here. Now let's get back to the show. Here, sushi's big, right?
Yeah.
How about out there?
Yeah, it's big, bro, but it's different, fool.
Does it taste different?
No, it tastes fresh. It tastes way fresher. It tastes bomb. Like all the regular rolls. Like you don't see a California roll or nothing like that. Like you see like the
spicy mayo.
Yeah, like nah.
Teriyaki sauce?
You don't see none of that. Like none of those crazy additives unless it's in American places. But you also do see a lot of sushi that you probably have never ate over here because like not for nothing, but like. You're supposed to be eating a lot of shit that comes out of the ocean, dog. Like, yeah, like where I was. So I'm just like, I never heard of this fish real quick, and I ain't. How deep of the ocean did you get this fish? I'm not trying that. Let me just get the salmon. Like, let me get this roll. What I want, what I know.
Yeah. That's
how you gotta play it when you go. Like, I mean, that's considered like what, a first world country. Like, I ain't going anything like third, fool. Like, not for nothing. It's like. I just know I'm not setting myself up for failure, man. Unless I'm doing some mercenary work. No, not mercenary. That's not the right word. Missionary work. Yeah.
I was like, damn, we're gonna.
Yeah, no. I was like, been watching too much fucking documentaries.
I've always wanted to do like the Southeast Asia shit, like Philippines, fucking Guam, fucking Thailand, Singapore. I don't know why those.
I do Guam. Guam seems kind of cool.
Those seem more enticing than Japan. I don't know.
Oh, to me, no, you're tripping.
Yeah,
you're tripping. You gotta go to Japan, dog.
I don't know. So the Philippines seems so cool to me. I don't know what it is. Well, the beaches look dope.
I mean, they got dope beaches out there too. I haven't really spent time out there with the beach, but I know that this time that I do go back next year, like next February, I'm going to go up Mount Fuji. So I haven't done this. Like I'm not all the way up, but I'm gonna go see it. And I'm gonna go check out the beaches. I've already checked out all the theme parks, so I'm gonna go to Osaka. So we're gonna another 10 days filled with just. Whenever I'm out there, bro, I'm like the happiest, bro. Like I don't like, and I fell in love with how happy I am. Like I just disconnect from everything.
You also been to Universal Studios out here, and you've been to Super Mario World, right? They call it World, right? Yeah. Do you feel like that's the best world in a theme park in California compared to like Disneyland has like Marvel's campus, they have Star Wars and shit like that? Do you think Super Mario World's got it right compared to everybody else?
I think they do. They got it animated, bro. Like I like that everything's moving because they had enough time to analyze Disneyland. So that's the one thing. Like I would say, look, space-wise and aesthetic-wise, I think Disneyland has them top with the Star Wars land. They got that big ass ship. They got the little bitch ass robots that are walking around now. They got the stormtroopers. They got that Kylo Reed. I'm not a Star Wars fan. I don't know these fools' names. So Kylo Ren or whatever it is, and he's walking around and Darth Vader in the show and all in the bar. Super Mario just had a very limited amount of things to work with. If it would have been the size of a Star Wars land, it would have definitely be better, I would say. But it's too small.
Oh, it's small.
Yeah, it's super small, dog. Like, and I love Universal. Like, probably a little bit more. I love their IP more than Disney because I'm an adult now, you know?
Yeah.
So, but Disney is always going to hit hard for me. But, yeah, like, you know, the movies, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like they could do so much more with their IP. But I see, like, they're going to start, bro, because with the big let go of all the employees that happened from Disney like a year and a half or 2 years ago, guess where all those employees went? Knott's Berry Farm and Universal were like, come here, come to New Daddy. And they fucking, hence, go to Universal now. And you see what? Woody Woodpecker popcorn buckets. When did you ever see a popcorn bucket at Universal before? Now Snoopy has fucking popcorn buckets. Bro, Knott's Berry Farm was barely surviving. The only one that didn't give nobody jobs was Six Flags. That's why it's tanking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but... Yeah, bro, like...
Six Flags only has, like, what, the Looney Tunes and shit?
Yeah, but they could do so much with it if they wanted to.
Yeah, they're fucking up for sure.
They're fucking
they got
up.
The crazy
I think it's because they're in debt. That's what it is. They owe so much money. But
yeah, like, even this Pixar, right now it's Pixar Fest or something
Yeah.
at Disneyland. The buckets right now are crazy, fool.
I got all of them.
They got the fucking little carrito from Toy Story.
I got that one.
They got the Stormtrooper.
I didn't get that one.
They got the dog from Up.
I got that one. Oh, yeah, I just got Doug. Yeah, I finally got him. That one you had to get the magic key holder, and Ray ended up having to talk to one of his homies to get it for me, dog. Because I was like, it reminded me of one of my dogs that passed. And I was like, man, I need that. I fucking need it. And he made it happen. But yeah, it's because I'm a reseller too. But hey, fool, man, fuck all them senoras that are going in the morning.
Getting 10 of
How
them.
the fuck are you getting 15 popcorn buckets? Especially I saw this bitch with 15 Dougs. Do you have 15 magic keys? Where are your 15 kids, bitch? What the fuck, bitch? Like I just don't get it. Like when I go buy something for resale food, like I buy two. I don't want to fuck it up for nobody. I'm like, cool, let me make a double up, and if I don't really like it, then let me sell both of them. But when I see somebody go like 20 of them or 40, like even when I buy Pokemon cards, bro, like I'll go buy like one box trainer BBT card and a few packs, and then I'm a la verga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Where do you resell at? eBay?
Like what, the popcorn buckets?
Yeah, where
I use Whatnot from my people. I do my own auctions, so I just
Whatnot.
Yeah, Whatnot. You become your own personality, so you become your own. Yeah, follow me on Whatnot at Flavors by Ezone. That's my username on there. I have over 700 reviews, 5.0 review, 1-day shipping. I list all my stuff up there. I have everything, like literally everything, bro. Like I came up on this Disney pin collection, right? Like a bag, fool. This shit had over 400 pins.
Damn.
Like I think it was like 600 pins. I paid like $350. The lady wanted 500 at first. She was like, "It's $1 a pin. You can make it." And I was like, "No, senora." So then like now I get to take a picture of those pins, and I just write the number. I was like, "This is auction number 1. And it's 1 pin," and people would be like, "Yo," and I'll list them, and then people will pre-bid on them, and I'm like, I already list them at what I want, so I'm like, if my cost was $2 on them, I'm gonna list them for like $6, right? Like, you know what I mean? Starting bid. Sometimes some of these pins go up to $25, $30 just for one, because people they're like, nah, $2 more, $3 more, because they want certain specific things. So it's like an auction type of platform, and that's what I've been able to do, the resale thing as well.
Tight.
Yeah, I do everything from Pokemon cards to like the popcorn buckets. Like last night, I just sold the carrito, the Pizza Planet, $116.
Damn.
Yeah.
To somebody that's probably far that can't go to Disneyland.
Yeah, and this would like, yeah, for sure, it was that fool. I know where he's at, but yeah, yeah, it's like that, and that fool does collect them, so it's pretty cool to see all that, man, to be able to do that, and shout out to everybody who supports too, because you guys, if it wasn't for you guys taking interest, I wouldn't be doing it, because otherwise I'd just be talking to myself. But you guys obviously like the nerdy shit I like, so
yeah. My go-to food spots in Disneyland is I like the corn dog on the cart. I like what else? I like the treats at the refreshment center, all the chocolate bars and stuff like that, big ass cookies. What do you fuck with when you go eat there?
Honestly, fool, like, I'll go with the corn dog, but sometimes that's just too big, fool. I'll be like, hey, man, like, I'm like, hey, man, like, what the hell, bro? Like, Pinche vergota and shit, bro. Like,
Is it too much or just gay?
no, like it's just too much, bro. Like I'm just like, hey, fool. Like I wanted like one of the ones from like the mall size. You know what I mean? Like where it's
Yeah, because you eat one of those, you're pretty much good for a few
yeah, you're
hours.
good. But this shit's like fucking huge. And I'm like, hey, bro, come on, man. So like I'll fuck with the corn dog. My go-to place is the bar.
Okay.
Oga's bar.
Oh, and Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars. So I like going there and like drinking that apple juice. They say it has alcohol, but we know it doesn't, bro. Fucking assholes lying to us. But it was Slick Shots, my new sponsor. I take my own alcohol. But I like going there. The Buzz Lightyear land, bro. I like fucking around and snacking on some shit. I'm really more of like, I wish they had better like solid places to like really eat something different. But if I had to choose a place, it's that new place, that a restaurant that opened up across from Tiana's by the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Is it the Tiana's Bayou or is it the?
No, not the one inside the Pirates of the Caribbean. The one outside of it. It's like around there, and they have like these cool drinks.
The New Orleans Square?
Yeah, that New Orleans Square, but like not where the beach nets are at, but it's like very fancy. But yeah, I just that I like eating there.
Okay, yeah, that's one of the new ones.
Yeah, it's one of the new ones. Yeah, it's like right before the Tiana ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
right next to it. I think it's a blue building.
yeah, that it's cool. I like it's right next to Club 33.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
want to go there one day. God damn it, I'm gonna.
You know, with High and Hungry, you definitely have eaten in a lot of places, right? Do you consider Southern California one of the best places to eat in general? And what are some of your go-to spots here, or like what other places that are not from here that you really fuck with?
I would say that Southern California is a big melting pot for food. I do understand that there's a lot of places like that here in America. Like one of the places that I haven't been to is New York, and I heard that it's very similar, but in a different way because they have a different wave of immigrants out there. So you got Russian, Polish people mixed in, and you know we might have Filipinos and Koreans in here, so we get a different kind of fusion. But I do feel that it's a different melting pot in its own way, and yeah, it is one of the best places to try a good variety of food. What was the second part of the question?
What are some of the best places to eat around here?
That's kind of hard for me to say, bro, because it depends on what it is. But I'm gonna give you a few recommendations. I've been doing it for like 5 years. Yeah, for going on 5 years with High and Hungry. Yeah, goddamn, it's times goes by. Yeah, I'm like, I would say my favorite high-end restaurant, where if you want, and I say high-end like you want to look kind of nice and take your girl out, or go try to meet somebody at that bar, you know, somebody with good credit. You can definitely hit up Dear John's. Dear John's in Culver City.
Culver City.
It is delicious steakhouse. Their chicken parm is award-winning. Their cocktails are fire. Steakhouse and pasta, it's the shit. I always have a good time when I go there. Of course, if you're looking for a pop-up, my go-to and the recommendation, you guys know Bart's Barbecue. I fuck with Bart's Barbecue. Anything from actual authentic barbecue to the best $6 smash burgers that you can get. Hey, bro, he keeps it going for an affordable price, and he gives you great quality food. That's one of my favorite pop-ups. One of my favorite spots, one of my good favorite, I want to say one of my favorite things to eat, just out of choice, is ceviche and like aguachiles. So I got two spots where I go for different fixings. So one of my favorite spots is Correa's Mariscos in Nela, in Northeast LA, out there behind the USC hospital.
Okay.
And yo, the best aguachiles, best ceviche you're gonna have, and they do it good. It's fresh. They close on Monday or Tuesday because that's the day where you go get fresh fish. If you run a place where you serve seafood, they're creative. They've done some of my dishes that I've come up with out of my head, and it's worked out very great. I've had some collaborations with them. I reviewed them quite a few times, and Chef Edgar doesn't stop working there. It's a family-owned business, so definitely pay them a visit. And everybody that's around that area, it's one of their favorites. Like literally mariscos galore if you want to go there. My other place that I like going to is in West Adams called B's Taqueria. Chef Alex there is a very dope entrepreneur, bro. He has a high-end restaurant on Sunset, which I haven't really made my way over there yet, even though he's invited me. But B's Taqueria, he kind of created his own vibe in this because it used to be an old burger joint. And the reason it's called B Taqueria is because in that pole that they used to have a flagpole there, bees, these honeybees have made it its home. So there's thousands of bees inside this pole, and they just live there and they just cultivate whatever they do, and they just nobody fucks with them because. So he's like bee taqueria, you know, and you know they might every year they just leave and they come back. These bees, don't worry, they don't affect anybody eating in there, but like it's a really tall pole. So that's where the name comes from. But it's outdoor and it's on the Michelin. It's on one of the Michelin list. Best Peruvian ceviche that I've had. Aside from the high quality, the good quality tacos and other goodies that he has there, my go-to there is the Peruvian ceviche style that he has there with I think it's a sea bass and the chunks on there. It is not like your regular ceviche, but it is so fucking good.
Damn.
Yeah, those are like some of my spots.
So you have like a really
And one more thing, Stuck Up Burgers. I love Stuck Up Burgers. It's a food truck.
Okay.
Yeah, Stuck Up Burgers. What is it, Dave? A really good guy. He used to make concentrates before, and now he makes burgers for a living.
Sick.
And he's really damn good at it, and he's efficient. And just pull up on them. Stuck Up Burgers. Love you.
Those are very very like not mom and pops, very like specific spots. What about like in general? Like, are you still fucking up some Taco Bells and Jack in the Box?
Oh yeah, for sure, hands down, bro. Like whenever I see like that Pineapple Express shake they had for 420 and Jack in the Box, I fucked it up. I didn't post it. I was going home and I was just like, let me hit the Jack real quick. Yeah, and I was like, man, this was good.
To me, for like after the club shit or like after a party, even in high school, like Jack in the Box was the little place. Well, for you, what was it?
Burger King.
Damn.
Yeah.
Burger King's fires. I think it's underrated.
Yeah, I think it's underrated too, bro. Like it's because you know what,
The fries are good.
they don't put enough marketing in their shit no more, bro.
They just got the king.
Yeah, they just got the king doing shit. But like before, they would go at it even with the toys with fucking McDonald's, bro. Remember when they fucking whipped out the Simpsons fucking card? Yeah, what an era, dog. I still have those watches, bro. I'll come across them at a Swami sometimes, and I'll get like a box for them, like of 12 or 15, and I'll go put batteries in them and I'll just sell them on whatnot. Fools that are just trying to be like, yo, I remember this shit, bro. And like, oh, it's just tight.
What about like best food to eat stoned? Are you crunchy? Are you dessert? Are you pizza?
I have a sweet tooth, fool. I'm a big sweet tooth. So like whenever I'm high and RSO'd out, don't leave any sour candy around me, fool. I'll fuck that up. Sour candy or ice cream. Yeah.
That's your go-to ice cream.
Not just any ice cream though, but like I like the Magnum ice cream, you know, like the Fumuta Paletas, but they make the little pints, right? But it has a layer of chocolate at top, so you break it and then it fucking like it fucking turns into Cold Stones, dog.
Damn.
Then they have I like Ben and Jerry's. Ben and Jerry's is fire too. It's a go-to stoner. Cherry Garcia's good. Like I like all of them, but I like the half baked, the peanut butter.
I'm a cookie dough guy.
That one's fire too. Cookie dough's fire. Yeah. I used to eat the fuck out of cookie dough.
Fuck yeah.
That's why I look like cookie.
I know. I go to the gym. I'm still fat. Like,
yeah, bro.
You don't understand how much I eat, dog.
Yeah.
I'll be eating healthy for like 3 meals, and then I fucking sneak in a fucking little pint somewhere here and there of ice cream. Easy.
Yeah, bro. You're like, I did all my 3 meal preps. I earned this fucking tamal. Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
That's what we fucking up. Bro, thank you. I appreciate you pulling up to my channel, a super small podcast, only 5,000 subscribers, having someone like you with such a prestigious channel and like a big time, you know, making dents in the game. And obviously you have much more to go. First, I want to say thank you for pulling up. I really appreciate you letting us share your story with our audience. Before you go, do you have anything coming up you want to let them know about?
First of all, thank you for having me on, Moy. I appreciate it. I gotta have you on my podcast as well. Have you come out there and shoot the shit with us when next G's there for sure too. Yeah. So it'd be a great episode. But thank you everybody for tuning in. I appreciate everybody who watched. If you want to support my store, check out all the cool stuff that I sell and stuff that I design, go to flavorsbyezone.com. That is my shop for everything that, you know, my candles, my pendants, different items out there. If you're on the resale side, or if you want to come up on some thrifting stuff or the popcorn buckets, follow me on Whatnot. Before you download the Whatnot app, send me a fucking DM. I'll send you a link so you could get like $30 so you can spend for free just for signing up. A lot of people in there, and that way you have money already, and there's no catch. There's no catch. I'll send you the link, or follow me at Flavors by Ezone on there. Like just whatever, just follow me. It's a growing business and it's doing great. And also, too, make sure you go to your local shop and you request Pro-Pen. Actually, as a matter of fact, I totally slipped my mind, but I know that, what is it? You don't smoke, Craig, but but I'm going to give you one just so you can hold on to for that nostalgic feeling. Whenever there's a meteor heading towards the Earth, just take a hit,
Yeah, we got the lemon rainbow right here.
Yeah.
Sick.
Straight up. But yeah, so this is my collaboration. If you see this vape or if you see the Pro-Pen brand, that means we're in there. So make sure you guys, if you don't see us in there, request us and we'll go to that shop and get us in there ASAP. Believe me, it's gonna be a good time. Once we're up in there, and you know what I'm saying, we'll make it happen for you guys. Come try some of the best quality vapes out there. Live resin, live rosin, and distillate. Trust me, give it a try.
Now that you brought that up, if you were in the Friday movie, who would you be?
I like Craig. Yeah. Craig was wholesome. I really could relate to everybody out of Craig because I didn't want to smoke weed like that either too,
Yeah.
And then I always was in positions where I was like, man, we would have never ended up in this shit if it wasn't for your dumb ass.
Yeah, I feel like
Xavier's like the Smokey.
Yeah?
Yeah, in the situation, because I'm literally looking at him but then he turned into Day. So I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? He's kind of like that, where I'm just like, bro, your dumb ass always getting us in some shit.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, me too. I feel like Craig has the same values as me. And his dad reminds me of my dad. Always eating all the pig feet. I like pig feet. Hey, fool, do you believe in the fucking, the Mandela effect? Because now they're coming out with shit that...
the Fruit de Loom that used to have the canasta and it was just a fruit. Yeah, honestly, fool, whenever I look at videos like that, fool, it convinces me that we switched into another dimension or
okay, look, we can't end the podcast yet. Okay, look, check this out, fool. Tell me what you think about this Billy Carson, Ben Carson, I forget what that fool's name is, that black fool that knows about all the fucking ancient civilizations, and Alex Jones.
The fool that looks like Cleveland Brown?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Alex Jones. You fuck with those fools?
Yeah, I fuck with them.
Isn't it crazy how everyone hates that fool? Alex Jones talks hella shit, but he has a 90% correct rate.
Yeah, he's just as accurate as the Simpsons, but nobody gives him the Simpsons credit.
Isn't that crazy, dog?
Yeah. You know what it is? It says I feel like they hate on him.
Yeah.
They hate on the fact that he's right, and he's literally letting them know, and they're gonna try to make him look crazy. That's why they got him paying some absurd kind. I mean, he did disrupt these. He did say kids did die, so I get it. Maybe he shouldn't have been drinking and making these accusations, but he was right about a lot of shit.
Yeah, but to me, him and Donald Trump, when you go oh, you're being sued, New York tried to sue that fool for $7 billion. And then the Sandy Hook thing, they sued fucking Alex Jones for $4 billion. How can you sue somebody that much?
Yeah, for sure. You're man, fool, if I owe the IRS more than $7,000 a year, I'm over here thinking, I was when am I going to pay this off? I couldn't imagine $1 million, bro.
Billions, though.
Yeah, billions, but I don't know, man. I feel like Alex Jones is never going to pay that off, bro.
Yeah.
But
that's the easiest way to fuck somebody over for life.
Yeah, to always, no matter what he's never going to have a comfortable quality of life.
Yeah.
Without having that overhead.
Cool. We definitely got to have you back. The next episode should be a conspiracy episode or something.
Yeah, bro, definitely.
We'll have a theme and shit.
I'm down, bro.
You down?
Anytime you want to have me on here, just give me a call.
You down to do Brown Militia? Brown Militia is my other show that I have.
I did see that, but yeah, I'm down. Just let me know. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys join our Patreon. We got merch coming soon. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what it is. See you guys later. Peace.